Billy, that's you? Billy, that's you?
First, I do care about the turtles, and I do not like straws because of that, sure.
I'm a straw. I love a good straw. I love sucking on shit. Not dicks or anything. Nothing
115 10.
Nothing homosexual.
1 3 2019.
That makes sense.
Okay. That's gonna be in the opening video. Oh my god, bro. There is no one like you. You are...
But I'm gonna fuck around and make my whole fucking album distorted, and they gonna be like that boy edgy as fuck. Yeah, fuck. TCAP 803.
Coming heavy with the weight and feel. Wonder if the hoes in Jesus' handheld. Give a fuck how a man feel. Whole world at a standstill, stigmatized. Donald Trump, they will not criticize. Still question bomber like my nigga lied. White girls boosting so my dick can ride. Out here switching sides. Crossing ship to mind the window cause they living blind. And they sold that, show it. I swear my flow, how I'm potent. How these hoes got open and you know Pop's joking. If he expect forgiveness, I'm one of your 7 victim hells. Free of heaven's prison, these are split decisions. And I think I give the misses, but I give the masses. My whole arm, there are no walls. I ain't kissing asses, the shit, and I don't starve. Don't starve. She ain't bars, the enemy, she won't call her. You didn't see her coming. People are screaming, running, baby, like babies. Why they didn't need enough to drive? Horsepower, speed is punching. Smoking weed, I'm blunting. Notice these are stunning. Ain't me like Jesus functions. Eating knowledge, I got key consumption. Super Saiyan, wanna be. I eat a peanut butter. Fuck your family, they ugly. You can keep your cousin, most people puzzling. You want my time is about an hour and I need 100. I seen your ship and see it sunken. Missing me, she keep on cutting. She a keeper, love a hot box, a beamer bucket. My demon, she seen a sucker. She bring me, need me, so fucking here for long haul. Press hold if God calls.
Charlie's still wearing a shirt like. Is Charlie still wearing? I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
It's okay. No, I mean I messed it up. I misclicked the fucking microphone, so I wasn't.
So
Oh,
is Charlie still wearing a shirt like what you were doing earlier?
Someone else, yeah, like Tim or somebody changed it.
That's funny though. I like that.
It is. You know what else is funny?
What?
Today in Otta County, Idaho, the weather was 71 degrees Fahrenheit. The precipitation was 0. The humidity was 22%, and the wind was at 3 miles per hour.
That's pretty fast for one.
Happy Monday, Creighton. How are you doing?
Happy Monday, Charlie. Happy Mother's Day.
Yes, it is no longer Mother's Day.
Mother's Day Eve.
I don't know about Mother's Day.
Or
That's the
what's
day
the
before.
opposite of a Eve?
Post Mother's Day?
What's the opposite of a Eve though? Like Eve is like the day before. Do we have an opposite of that?
Evening. No. End? I don't know. Is there a day for after?
There should be, because like that's just unbalanced.
Like happy St. Patrick's Day Eve. Damn, if you go live and I'm trying to watch the one from... Damn it. You go live and I'm trying to watch the one from this afternoon. I'm sorry, Chris. You can just watch that one and not watch us.
Or well, that one's going up on YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they'll
what are we calling that one on YouTube?
I don't know yet.
We're just gonna call
Probably
it Charlie
something-
with the shirt on.
No, probably just, like, interview with Big Bro Fly. Like, it'll probably be
Big
something
Bro
like
Fly interview.
that. Yes. Something like that.
Is that going to be under the Shirts Off banner, or is that something
It's just
else?
going to be on the YouTube. I don't know, Creighton. We're going to figure it out. It's
Well-
not going to be Shirts Off, because I didn't say Shirts Off or
And it's
anything
not
like that.
Shirts Off,
And it's not
really.
Shirts Off. It's not
Shirts
the same
Off
thing.
is me and you.
Shirts Off is you and me.
You can't just have one.
It would only be we'd only call one with guests Shirts Off if it was you and me with a guest.
You can't call it Shirts Off like if you just have a shirt on the ground. You need a naked body underneath there, and I'm the naked body, Charlie, and you're the shirt.
Thank you, Flint.
What does
I
Flint say?
save it for work tomorrow. He changed the title.
Oh, thank you.
I messed it up. Earlier he said / title. That's what I did, and
Oh,
it didn't work.
he
And then
changed
he
it-
did exclamation
he
point. And
changed
that's what
it.
you're supposed to do.
He changed it to Shirts Off, episode 51.
Shirts Off podcast.
Shirts Off podcast, episode 51.
Yes. But it's actually 59, so you messed up.
What?
Imagine. Imagine he was just like, wait.
Yeah.
He's just been gone for 2 weeks.
Another day, another episode.
Another 2 weeks, another episode in that case.
What?
That'd be 8 episodes. That'd be 4
What?
weeks.
Wait, so why would you say another week, another episode? Or another 2 weeks, another episode?
Because that would be 2 weeks worth of episodes. 8 days.
Oh! You're still on that thing. I was just saying, like,
You're
something
just
else.
being-
I was just
yeah.
saying something else altogether.
Shirts Off podcast, episode 1 million.
You know, if, like, you didn't have to go
I don't
back to
think we
work,
could do that. I
was
don't think it's
kinda like,
possible.
we could get to a million.
I don't think you can. No, you can't even live a million days right now. Not even close.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Do you know how long a million days is?
No.
It's like thousands of years.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Is it?
Yeah, there's only 365 days a year.
Hold on.
3 years is 1,000 days.
Hold on.
1,000. A million is 1,000 times. You have to live 3,000 days. Or 3,000 years, rather. Something like that.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's like what, 3,000 something?
No, it's 2,739.726.
Close to 3,000.
Well, we could get to a million podcasts, though.
We'd have to do... Like, it had to be our whole life. All we would do is, like, 10 podcasts a day, and they had to be, like, fucking an hour and a half long.
Isn't that what you want to do eventually?
I mean, yeah, but not to that.
Oh, how are you guys liking the new lighting, by the way?
Yeah, does the lighting look good? We did a thing. We got a light.
We're trying to make
Shit
ourselves
Show
look
podcast
HD.
episode, fuck it, we'll do it live. Fuck it, we're doing it live. Oh, Bill O'Reilly.
Where is he now?
Probably fucking in a crack house. I don't know, dude. That guy got
He
destroyed.
was on, like, Fox for a little bit, right? Was he part
I
of
think.
that whole, like, Me Too movement thing?
Look, I don't know enough about it to say yes or no.
No, I mean, like, wasn't he, like, one of the ones that they were like, yeah, he, like, masturbated in front of somebody or, like...
That was Louis
fucking-
C.K.
No, but I mean, like, at one point in time, it was like every day you were hearing about somebody new that had done something.
Oh,
awful.
yeah. I mean, that's still today, technically. You always... People hearing
Yeah,
about it,
but,
I
like,
don't
there
know,
was,
dude.
like, there was a point in time, like, every time I turned on the radio, like, because I would drive to Columbia a lot, like, back and forth. especially when I was like doing landscaping down there. And it seemed like every time I got in the truck in the morning and turned on the radio, it was like somebody else has been like convicted of a sex offender thing. Which, like, granted, it's good that a lot of that came to light, but at one point it was just like insane.
It was crazy how often it was happening.
Yeah,
like it went like Harvey Weinstein, Kevin Spacey, Louis C.K., Bill Cosby, bro. The Bill Cosby one was crazy.
The Cosby one was definitely, I think,
the craziest
the biggest.
one. That's the biggest, craziest one for sure to me.
And then, like, Bill Cosby, I think, was like the domino. You know what I mean? Like, the wig one fell and it just sent out a wave.
Well, I think it was him and Harvey Weinstein. Those were the two huge ones.
Yeah.
And then even Kevin Spacey. The Kevin Spacey was weird, though.
It was very weird. And
Is he, like, he's not in trouble anymore, technically. Like, did you hear about the guy that accused him?
No, what happened?
He died.
What?
Yeah.
How'd he die?
I don't know. I think he killed himself.
What?
I don't know, bro. I
What
don't
the
know.
fuck?
I don't know.
Is Kevin Spacey, like, actually out here being, like, what's
He
his
released
name?
a video like Frank Underwood after it happened.
Wow. Saying what?
You wanna watch it?
Sure.
I'm not showing the stream, but they'll hear it. Hold on. It's
What?
weird. It's creepy.
Do we know what he died of? Or, like, how he died?
Spacey. Frank Underwood video. Where is... Yes. Oh, this thing's so weird. So he released this,
Okay.
like, after that shit happened.
Let's see what we got here.
You ready?
Yeah.
Oh. He's by a fire.
You didn't really think I was going to miss the opportunity to wish you a Merry Christmas, did you? It's been a pretty good year, and I'm grateful to have my health back. And in light of that, I've made some changes in my life, and I'd like to invite you to join me. As we walk into 2020, I want to cast my vote for more good in this world. Ah, yes, I know what you're thinking. Can he be serious? I'm dead serious. And it's not that hard, trust me. The next time someone does something you don't like, you can go on the attack, but you can also hold your fire and do the unexpected. You can kill them with kindness.
Dude, he released that after Homeboy died. That's fucking scary. That's some real life scary shit right there. That is nuts that happened.
Wait. He released it, like, right after he died?
I don't know if it was a coincidence. Hold on, let me double check when that guy died. I might be wrong. Hold on.
Because that's Christmas Eve of 2019 that came out.
Died by suicide. When did he die?
What was his name?
His name was... What was his name? What's his name? It doesn't... Hold on.
That's right there. Ari Bien?
Ari Bin, I guess. I'm not sure how... When was this article? The article will be enough to... So this was December 26th.
Whoa.
So that's in the article. So yeah, it happened right then. Like, right...
What? He died 2 days after that video.
Well, no, that's the article. I don't know when that article might have been, like,
look
covering
at
it
what
late.
his death was.
I mean, that was, like... We don't need to know the exact day, but yeah, bro, that's pretty... Here, I'll double check. Hold on.
He died December 25th. The video was released, like, the day before.
That's fucking scary, bro. Oh.
And that's the guy that accused him?
That's the guy that accused him.
What? So, Kevin Spacey murdered a guy.
Well, no. Hold on.
Might have.
No. Who died? So, the guy that accused Kevin Spacey of,
molesting
him.
Yeah. It was like,
died,
rape
and
or
then
something.
Kevin Spacey released that scary-ass fucking video.
Yeah, of him, like, Which you didn't finish all the way.
Well, it was done. He just looks at the camera until it goes off. Yeah.
Why didn't you do that? That would have been more
Because
effective.
he got murdered for sure. Yeah, right?
Yeah,
dude, there's
right?
no way. That's crazy.
Like, he died the day after that. On Christmas Day. The day after that video came out. And Kevin Spacey's like...
Dude, Dave Chappelle had a really good joke right after Kevin Spacey got accused. He said, I mean, listen, like... I don't know if Michael Jackson did that shit, but like, are we gonna sit here and ignore all the amazing music he did? Listen, all I'm saying is that Kevin Spacey could have got that last season of House of Cards in before y'all went and accused the motherfucker. Like, it was shit like that. I was like, yo, low key,
He's right
a
though.
little bit, bro. That show was amazing.
Yeah.
It was like Goliathan level TV, like top of the tier, like of all time.
Do you think if it
Political
had
drama.
finished, like it would be better in your mind than Game of Thrones?
Oh no, it's a different thing. It's like
What
saying,
about better than Breaking Bad?
like maybe like that, but even then, it's like it would have been the best political drama of all time. Political dramas are like their own thing because they're such a different type of like medium in terms of like entertainment.
Like how they're filmed and everything.
Yeah, like I mean, that's like saying like that The Land Before Time, like trying to compare The Land Before Time and The Social Network. You know what I mean? Like they're different things. It's like it's not the same. It's like you can judge like the best movie ever, but it's really you're judging the best comedy ever, or the best like drama ever, or the best like political drama, the best thriller. You know, there's never gonna be an overall best movie. Like all these sites with their rankings will have their best movie, whatever the fuck. But like there's certain movies that are better at doing what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like if you have a biopic, like Walk the Line for like with Joaquin Phoenix as Johnny Cash is a great biopic. Ray with Jamie Foxx as Ray Charles, great biopic. Like those are better biopics than most movies are movies. You know what I mean? Like you have different rankings.
I would like to see more. You don't really see a lot of biopics these days.
That's not true. What? They do biopics all the time. They
Like-
just did one about Judy Garland. They just did one about fucking Freddie Mercury.
I mean, but that's not. Bohemian Rhapsody wasn't really like a biopic,
Yeah.
though, was it?
Literally that's a biopic. It's about him.
I don't know, but events were moved around. Like, you know what I mean? He
What
didn't
do you mean
tell
events were
he
moved
didn't
around?
tell Queen before like they went to that big concert at the end of the movie. Like, you know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah, things are always going to be dramatized a little bit just so the narrative flows better for a story.
Or maybe I can't remember how it goes exactly. He either did tell him or he didn't tell him. I can't remember which one it is.
Well, yeah, it's definitely one or the other.
No, I'm talking about
I'm fighting with the buffer circle again. Angor. I'm sorry. It's green on our side.
it's been like lime green. The whole
Yeah,
time.
so whatever it is your internet. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Or it's just rainy and we don't know it.
Is it raining?
I mean, it wasn't. It was cloudy.
It was the thing before rain.
I cut the video off and it helped significantly.
That I don't know how to feel about that.
Well, half of us are beautiful. The other
Yes.
half are.
I know you said this. I know you said this like 5 minutes, but I like the lighting. Maybe you could add another.
Yeah, that's what we. That's
So
what I
hold
was
on.
saying.
Let me
like, add
cut it
one
on.
each.
I'm gonna cut the other part on. So right now it's on half.
Yeah.
You know we did do this and then we backed it up and didn't check
Yeah.
the one thing. Oh shit.
Yeah, that's dark.
That's actually probably good. Hold on.
It's
Is
just-
that better?
It,
Yo, the painting looks dope with that light.
it does, but
Bro,
like,
it looks better
look
than
at-
in
look
real
at
life.
this.
What?
Look at this.
Look at the painting. It looks better in real life.
The painting looks good, yeah, but like.
Well, look at
this.
me. Look at me real quick. Look at me. Oh wait. Look at me. Look at me. I don't know. We'll let them judge.
This is,
Yeah, I said, look at me.
bad.
Were you looking at me on the stream?
Yeah.
I had to see the
'Cause
angle.
I
I was like, what are you doing?
You're like, look at me. I was like, yeah, Charlie, we get it. Your lighting's amazing on your side. Mine, look at this. Like half of my face.
Creighton
is
looks like-
fucking
Creighton,
gone.
it looks like someone is pointing a flashlight at him. Yeah, I
Yeah.
figured that. We kind of,
See?
it adds a weird shadow to Creighton.
Yeah.
Bro, your hair looks dope though.
Yeah, but
Bro,
like,
look at your hair.
anything-
Like it always looks nice, but it's like glowing right now.
Yeah, but anything.
That's pissing me off.
What?
I think that is a little too bright.
See, I
If
told you.
anything, like you said, we'll get the other one and put it back there behind you,
Yeah.
maybe.
Like I'm telling you, in that corner,
But, like, the only
in the
problem-
corner where your heater is, would be perfect.
Is that one? I wonder which one's. There's a noticeable difference.
That one looks better.
That one looks better. Yo, yeah, that one lights up
I
the
told you.
thing good too. Like if we do one, it had to. Well, if it's right over there, the camera's
what
gonna
I'm
see it.
telling you,
Maybe over
it's
there.
like where your heater is. Yeah, I think that would be perfect because then you got this coming this way.
It's
that
gonna be so
coming-
bright to you though. Like you're lucky. Like that one's not in your face,
I
and,
think
and it's out enough from my face
Well,
that I don't hate it.
I was
I
thinking
do need to
about
cut that
like if there was a way, maybe we could even put it where that board is. Like just lay it up there, take it off the stand.
Yeah, maybe. I just wouldn't like.
I guess it wouldn't be super in your eyes.
'Cause, like-
you'd have your monitor you're
It's
looking
like
at.
what we would need to do is like turn it on to one bulb like we got that one.
Yeah.
He is
And we could
God.
even unhook it so where it's only one bulb, because that's 2 bulbs,
Yeah.
but only one side of the lamp itself.
Yeah. Kristen said he is a god. Let him shine.
I agree.
Ah.
You really, it's like in real life, it doesn't even look the same. Like, it's crazy how the camera's picking up. The camera's pulling so much of the color out of it. Am I blind? Like, what is my...
What?
Like, just the way it looks on screen is so much different than in real life to me.
Right? He's doing that with the painting too. You just got really good lights, Charlie.
Well, I didn't get them. They're mics. They're
I
for the
know.
YouTube
You know what
videos.
I mean.
They're
No,
for the
like,
other
you
thing. He could just wear sunglasses. You know, he said that. You know what? You wanna wear these?
Sure.
You wanna just look dope?
But it's not gonna help.
Don't look at the like turn around. Don't let them see the thing. Like look down. Okay, and just okay. Put them on and then. Yeah. Remember the fucking Miami. Yeah, that was your favorite, bro. That was like before memes were huge memes. You were doing that, bro.
Yeah.
You bend them so much.
I
They're
have a
bending
big
in
head.
so much because how big your head is.
I have a big head, man.
Jesus fucking Christ. Wear them down on your nose. Like, push them down a little bit. Oh, dude. That's you. You're a rock star.
Thank you.
You look like Poseidon, Jesus Christ. I wear my sunglasses at night. Of course you do. Creighton looks like he's about to tell a really sad story.
Listen.
You really do. You look
Listen,
like...
Sonny,
You just
dude.
look like... You look sad.
I'm blind now.
It's like, what? I thought you were blind. Yes, I am.
I
Can you hear me?
I fell,
Fine, yes.
I've been
Why are you
blind
talking
since
like
I fell into the acid. Eyes first.
And only my eyes. They caught me by my feet, and my eyes touched the ice. He looks like he should be at 1970s Woodstock. Yeah. You really are, like, hippie looking, which is hilarious, because you're not very hippie-ish at all.
No.
Like, even a little bit.
You gotta play the part to look the role.
There's some Will Smith Wild Wild West sunglasses. Oh, those are. Yeah, they really
Yeah.
are. Oh, nobody picked up the song reference? I wear my sunglasses at night. I wear my sunglasses at night. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know that one.
Can you tell if I'm looking at you, Charlie?
I can. Because I can see your eyes shining looking at the screen. When you were looking over there, I could just see, like, the eyes, the pupils lighting
The
up.
eyes of my eyes are your eyes, Charlie.
That's, no. Disgrace. Listen, Kristen, I'm not a music... Oh, I don't know if you're still here, Chan Large, but I saw you follow, right, like, as the stream was going live. And, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry that I forgot. I told myself I was going to, like, note that right away.
Acknowledge
If
it.
you're still here, I hope you're here. If you're not, I'm sorry. But I saw that.
Well, you know, you're just a horrible
I did
host,
know-
and it's okay.
Also, there's no way he's here, but I'm going to go ahead and put it on record. Thank you, Rooks, for following 4 hours ago.
Let's talk
After
about
the previous podcast.
Let's talk about your previous podcast.
Okay.
How did it go?
It went very well.
Because I couldn't watch it all because I was at work. And I'm
Yes.
sorry.
It's okay.
I really
don't
wanted
care.
to watch.
I feel like you.
No,
you don't have to worry about
I'm
that.
apologizing to everybody and to you and to myself because I really wanted to
yourself?
watch. And I thought, like, up until, like, I got off yesterday, I really thought that I was going to work 3 to 11 today. And then I looked at the schedule very luckily right before I left, and I saw that I worked 12 to 6 instead.
Yes.
And I was like, fuck, there is no way I'm going to be able to catch this.
I was playing The Last of Us with Mike upstairs, and Mike is my friend. He's one of my closest friends in
Yeah.
the world, and he's not a very emotional person. Like, he's not gonna share his feelings very much, you know. And I said, "Hey, Creighton's calling, and he's got a friend of mine here with him that I haven't seen in a long time. I'm gonna go say what's up real quick, and then I'll come back up and play." And he was like, "Okay." Because he doesn't want to play it, he just wants to watch it. He's like, "This feels like a movie. It's awesome, and I don't have to do anything. I can just watch it." Like, that's like up his alley in terms of like console video. He's not like a big console. He's a big PC gamer person. So I'm playing it, and then I'm down here with you guys for like 40 minutes, and it was supposed to be like 5 or 10. And then I was like, "Shit, hold on." And then you guys were like, "Hey, we're going to go to the place," and I was like, "Fine." So I go up there, and I'm like, "Hey, man, look, I haven't seen my friend in a long time, and like, she wants to hang out. Is like, you gonna be sad if I leave and like just do this later?" And he was like, "No, it's fine, dude. No worries. It's cool." And like, again, he's not like emotional at all. He's not like, but like,
He was depressed.
yeah, like I could tell he doesn't show his emotions ever, so when he does, it's very obvious. You know what I mean? Because nothing really phases him. But I could tell this was phasing him, and he put on a face. He was like, "No, it's so okay," and I was like, "It's not okay." And I felt so bad, bro, because I wanted to play it because I was having fun. I listened in when I could. It was good, very professional, Charlie. Thank you, Kristen.
Oh,
I'm basically
sweet.
professional.
So wait, what did you guys talk about? Because my mom listened in too, and she was like, he was just talking the whole time.
Yeah, I told myself I'm not gonna try and talk this one much because
So-
he was telling a story.
Yeah.
It's not like we were talking about different topics. He was telling like his life story.
So like, what would you like list as like the highlights of that to get people to go back and watch?
I mean, dude, I don't know. It was wild. Like it's a coming up from nothing story. Like it's a very like, and things aren't like perfect now. Like he's still challenged by things in life, and you know this and that and the other, and you know he's doing big things, but he's also struggling with certain things. I mean, he's a person. He's like you and me. You know, everybody's got their struggles, and the thing is that people in the community see him as this this big awesome guy, and he is this big awesome guy. But at the same time, he's still dealing with stuff like everyone else is, and he's had like a tough life, and he really wanted to get it out there that. Like his life had been tough, and that he's worked his way through these hardships in his different ways. I changed the title, and then Red Dead was calling my name. Yes.
Ooh, I agree with that. Red Dead has been calling my name too. I played the other day with Kristen on not Mother's Day, but like the day before Mother's Day.
Mother's Day Eve.
Yes, yeah, there we go. And I gave her Mother's Day gift, and I gave my mom her Mother's Day gift, and I gave my stepmom her Mother's Day gift today actually. I gave my grandma her Mother's Day gift. I have a lot of people get Mother's Day gift for. You know, I got like fucking 20 mothers in my life. Anyways, so
I have one.
So I was sitting there and like Kristen had her daughter and stuff. I was like, well, what can we do? You know, and I was like, how about we just like play Red Dead? Because I was like, Kristen, have you ever played Red Dead before? And she was like, no. And I was like, all right, we're gonna do this. So instead of like starting off at the beginning of Red Dead 2. I was just like, let's flip back to like a random save, so that way you can kind of explore the world instead of like just having to like be on rails. Because like the first like chapter, which is like 2 or 3 hours, you're on rails pretty much the whole time because you can't really explore. And I was like, we'll play from this part, and then like we'll see how you like it. You know, that's the one thing I will say I don't like about Red Dead 2 is that you're on rails for so long, you don't really get to explore until like after like you get through like the very first part of it.
I gotta get by a train.
Yeah. So, anyways, I really want her to play the first Red Dead because I think she'd like that.
It's so hard for me to want to play old video games. Sometimes
I have it somewhere. It's fun to play. The zombie version too.
My problem with old I've become such a fucking I don't know what it's called like. It's hard for me to want, I'm getting to where it's harder for me to want to watch old movies. Mm-hmm. Unless I've already seen them.
You're becoming a stickler.
Not even stickler, just like, it's hard to want to take a chance on something being awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because things are so awesome now.
Well,
Red Dead 1 is my favorite game of all time.
Yeah, Red Dead 1 is like fucking amazing. Red Dead 2 is pretty great. It looks amazing. The things you can do in it are amazing. It's just not. It's not the first one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
my cousin Chase, that's like his favorite. He used to, when he was a little kid, he'd be like, "Let's just go inside and play Red Dead." Like that was like his thing. Mm-hmm. Like when we went and visited him, we were there for like a week, and all he wanted to do was play video games. Mm-hmm. Like it was ridiculous.
Red Dead Online, like for the first one, I haven't played the new one yet online. I probably will eventually get to that point. But I really wanted to finish the story first. Like. So you play Red Dead Online on the first one, and it's so fun because like you can get your friends together, even people you just meet on the map, and be like, "Hey, let's make a posse together," and go and fight other posses on like the big map, and then you could do kind of like matchmaking on there, like what would be matchmaking for Halo, like and do different.
You
things.
Like fight people?
Yeah, like teams and stuff. So like you play against other online competitive teams. Like your posse can go up against this other posse, or you can get thrown into a random posse. And then, like, instead of it being, like, different maps like you would have for Halo. It would be different sections of the huge like sandbox map that you would fight in, like different towns and stuff, and that kind of nature of things, which is fun. I love that. That was fucking awesome.
I remember going from like Halo and COD to stuff like that and being like, wait, these games have multiplayer? And being like, what?
Yeah, it's
like
really
Uncharted
weird.
has multiplayer.
Yeah.
And they have a really loyal multiplayer base.
Mm-hmm.
The combat system in Uncharted is bananas.
Is it like
It's just like Uncharted. like the movie.
Last of Us? I mean,
No. Last of Us also had a very loyal, very like surprisingly big multiplayer community whenever it was on PS3. Like, I don't know if there's still a multiplayer on like the remaster version. I'm not sure if there is. I know that they're not doing multiplayer for Uncharted or Last of Us 2
why not?
because they wanted to focus on the story. They wanted to put all their resources into making the story good.
That's
And
good.
and it's coming out June 19th.
We're getting like a crazy amount of like people like just being like, you know what, fuck it, we're gonna do this right. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, well, I
story-wise.
think that like from 2006 or 7 ish to like 2015, like 2013 or 14, people started realizing in entertainment that like if you try and rush something along for the money, it's gotten to where so many people won't watch it until they know it's good or not based on reviews that like it just people stopped caring. Like, and you still have like movies and certain things that just throw shit together for the money. Like a lot of kids movies are like that. Not all of them, but there's a lot of shit that's just kind of thrown together because they know kids will want to watch it and kids will make their parents take them and go see it, and that shit happens. But like when it comes to real shit, like most video games, at least in my experience, the ones I've seen, like big companies that make these games, like God of War, took for Red Dead 2 took for
I know.
ever.
They started production on Red Dead 2 like the year after Red Dead 1 came out,
Yeah.
which was like 2010.
He
It came
said
out till
that the guy who does Arthur
2018.
Morgan said that he was doing voice recordings for 6 years on and off.
Yeah.
Like living where they record and going in and doing it for like years.
Wow.
They recorded so much fucking dialogue. Like,
But they
well,
needed
not
it.
just dialogue, but also motion capture.
Yeah.
Because he like played the character.
They did it really good. By the way, guess what I found out?
What?
So like they used mocap in Clone Wars season 7 actually
Yeah.
for like some of the fights and stuff.
I believe it. Well, it's easier now for animators to use mocap in terms of
And
like
they-
I think that Shrek wasn't mocap. So like all the movement in Shrek, they had to digitally,
Animate,
literally
yes.
animate every part of the movement, and that's like
it looks
it's
good
getting
though.
it looks good, but it's like so tedious, and they're
Yeah.
starting to do motion cap for just a lot of animated stuff where they don't need like mocap face.
Yeah.
They'll just get people to stand in and do the
Well, you
movement
know
so
who-
that they have like a baseline to start with instead that they don't have to worry about.
You know who they got to do like the mocap for Darth Maul in season 7 was the guy who originally played Darth Maul in episode
Episode
1.
1, that's sick.
Yeah, right.
I saw that. I didn't see that, but I saw that he had something to do with the new one. I
Yeah.
don't think he did the voice, obviously. 'Cause
No,
he only does like one.
Well, he
word.
didn't do the voice in the original either.
Yeah, well, so there's a cut in theaters that's him, but
Yeah.
apparently, like afterwards, they added someone else's voice
Yeah.
because they didn't like his voice.
Yeah.
Which I kind of get.
Well, that's kind of like how Darth Vader was. They had this
This giant guy played him
and
on
voiced
screen,
him,
but
and they-
James Earl Jones voiced him.
Yeah, and like they were like, "Oh, I don't like how his voice sounds," so they had James Earl
Well, you know,
Jones come in and voice him.
Chewbacca. They have something like that too, where a character is saying what Chewbacca says technically,
Oh, really?
but then they add in the sounds later. Same with R2, and so apparently R2D2 is just cussing at C3PO all the time. That's why he's
Really?
always like, R2, my word, how dare you, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then they just add the beeps, but like on set while they're filming, he's like, "Shut the fuck up, you dirty bitch, 3PO," or whatever the fuck. Like not literally like that, but
Yeah.
like he says crazy shit that isn't okay in Star Wars, or at least back then wasn't
Yeah.
okay in Star Wars, and that's why like he's just saying potty mouth shit. Which I always thought was so funny. Like that's why the actors were like that. It was like they would just talk shit to each other, and it worked because of their characters. Dude, 3PO was like a person in a suit.
Yeah, he
That's
still
crazy
is.
to me. I know, but like, I never understood, like
how that worked?
his
Or-
neck was had to be so skinny
Yeah.
because his neck was.
Well,
so
have you ever
thin.
seen the guy? His name's
He looks
something
weird.
Daniels.
Yeah, he looks funny.
Anthony McDaniels.
The guy who played Chewbacca just died.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Did we on the?
Yeah,
I
we
feel like
talked
we
about
did
it
on the podcast.
before,
Yeah, that
yeah.
was we. Me and
We
me
talked
and-
about that like either right when it happened or right after it
probably
happened.
around what happened. Me and Alberto and our friends in Discord, we were talking about him the night before he died.
Yeah, you
Like
talked-
not just like Chewbacca, but like that the guy who plays
Yeah.
him and about him playing Chewbacca was weird, and how a new guy's been playing him since episode 7.
yeah.
Like this big giant fucker. He's like 6'8" or something.
He's a basketball player.
He is.
No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
I was-
Imagine if
he's
he
a,
was.
he's an athlete. Hold on. He has a weird name. He's like Icelandic or something. Who plays Chewbacca now? Jonas Sutamo. Sutamo? He is. Let's see. Who are you? Charlie, I sent you a link on Twitter. It's hilarious. Took me a minute to find it. Who is this guy? Wait.
Peter Mayhew?
No, that's the original guy. I'm trying to see what this guy did before him. So in the video above, Sutamo describes the unique animalistic gait that the 7'3" Mayhew brought to the ferocious alien, and describes how he continued to study and seek insight from Mayhew's performance. After word spread of Mayhew's death, Sutamo said heartfelt. But what did you do? I don't care. We miss Peter Mayhew, but like, that's not what I'm asking now. This guy's 6'9", 6'10", apparently. God damn it. Oh well, I'm not figuring it out today.
Him
you
and
say?
let's see. What was I gonna say? They also did the motion capture for Ahsoka in that season as well. And if I'm not mistaken, they used who they're gonna get to play her.
The lady?
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken.
Well, I don't know if
wrong.
that's been officially casted yet. Like her, I don't know if she's been officially casted.
I don't know. What the hell is that?
It's Red Dead. Kristen, what is this? Stop to help a random lady just to find
Oh,
out.
hey, you there! Think you could help a lady out? My horse up and died on me.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the animals are like that.
Yeah,
They're
wait,
They're
hold on.
fucking
We have to
savage
watch.
as
We have
hell.
to show them.
Oh, hey, you there! Think you could help a lady out? My horse up and died on me.
That was amazing. I watched Surf's Up last night and it was amazing. Dude, have you seen Surf's Up?
Is that old Disney Channel movie?
It's not a Disney Channel movie. It's a Disney movie. It's like, or maybe not even Disney. It might be DreamWorks. Hold on, who made that? Hold on. Surf's Up Studio. Who made that? Surf's Up. Sony Pictures. It's The Big Lebowski. What's his name? Jeff Daniels. Not Jeff Daniels. Who am I thinking of? No. God damn it. What's his name? Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges and Shia LaBeouf. Broken, broken, gone, gone, broken, broken, broken.
Oh,
Oh, broken, broken, gone, gone, broken, broken.
yeah, I remember this. It's weird because they made a sequel to this not too long ago that was also a WWE crossover with John Cena in it.
I don't think it was canon.
No, it is canon. Look, it's called Surf's Up 2 Wave Mania. What year is it?
2017.
It's got The Undertaker in it, John Cena,
Hold on.
Triple H, it looks like.
Who made this?
and potentially Batista?
Ugh, why is it Sony? Was it still... Hold on. Is it the same cast?
They probably blew all their budget getting the WWE wrestlers in there.
Yeah, it's not the same cast either. I doubt it's any good.
Well, look. This movie came out in 2017, and the original Surf's Up came out in
Chicken
2007. So that's a 10-year difference.
Yeah. The original's amazing, and it's amazing because I don't know if I'm right. I think Shia LaBeouf and Jeff Bridges did all the recording in the same room,
Oh,
which
really?
is a testament to how real their characters like loved and hated each other in the movie. Because that movie's I love It's one of my favorite movies, like animated movies. Like I feel like it was so slept on when it came out. Like it was so good because it's filmed like The Office, in terms of like
It's a mockumentary.
kind of. It's like followed. They follow you around. They're following him around with cameras. Like because it's a documentary. The movie's a documentary about him going through the surfing world and like rising up to the top. It's amazing. It's so good.
I wonder why they made like a sequel to this like fucking 10 years later with the WWE crossover.
I don't know. I wonder. Did it do
Like,
good?
were people asking for that?
I doubt it.
It's got 79% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh,
Not the second one, the first one.
Surf's Up to Wave Mania. What was I looking at? Billboard. How much did it make?
Looks like it was Japanese.
Wait. What am I? Box office, not Billboard. That's
It
music.
made it made 1.2 million at the box office.
What was the budget? Hold on. I bet the budget was ridiculous. $100 million budget.
What? So this is a critical failure.
It's a bit surprising that Surf's Up is getting a sequel at all, considering it opened 9 years ago and grossed a limp 150 million worldwide on a budget of 100 million.
The first one had $100 million budget. Too.
Yeah, it was a good movie. I mean, it made profit, but it's not like, you know, it didn't make like sequel money. It didn't make money the way a sequel's supposed to happen.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
My thing is, like, somebody was probably sitting in their office thinking, like, you know what people really want?
Surf's Up 2,
Surf's
Wave
Up 2.
Mania, 9
Right.
years later with different people.
And with all of your favorite WWE superstars from the last generation.
Oh,
Because, like, none of those guys wrestled anymore at that point either, except maybe John Cena.
Good, fuck the WWE and ruining the best surfing thing with... Damn.
Like,
doesn't
look,
WWE.
I get, like, a Scooby-Doo crossover with WWE. Scooby-Doo's literally crossed over with fucking everything, you know what I mean? It is, like... It's like the bread of sandwiches, you know what I mean? It's you have to have it in order to have a sandwich.
Is that right?
But... why on fucking...
I don't know. It's like when they made that Open Season 2 movie.
Open Season 2 was...
Terrible.
like, it wasn't... Okay, I get what you're saying.
Horrible.
I thought it was okay.
I hate
didn't
when they
like
make
it.
an animated movie and then they try and do a show or sequel and they recast characters'
Yeah.
voices. That's the dumbest shit on the planet to me.
I'm
It's
okay
a
with it as
voice.
long as they can do it. As long as they can pull off. Like, the Penguins of Madagascar, fucking great show. You know what I mean?
That's a little different though. Like they're barely characters in the movie.
know.
I mean, with Surf's Up,
but
you're
that's
talking
what I
about
mean. Like, that's
changing
a solid,
main
like,
characters.
casting. Or the Kung Fu Panda show. Did you ever watch that?
No,
I think Jack Black did that one.
I
too.
bet he did.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised
yeah.
if he did. Good. Oh, for real. Yeah, I mean, like it's like what's like The Emperor's New School. I hated that show.
I thought it was pretty funny.
I
It went
liked
on
the
for a
chick.
long time.
I liked the chick, like his friend that he like
Yeah.
had a crush on. She was funny. Like whoever they got to do her voice was good, but like
Cusco?
It wasn't David Spade anymore.
And Kronk?
I wasn't ready for that. The guy who played Kronk was probably Kronk actually, but the guy who played Pacha wasn't Pacha.
Yeah.
It wasn't John Goodman. That shit made me mad because John Goodman is Pacha.
I know, but John Goodman's expensive.
Yeah, but he's awesome.
So is what's
Maybe
his
so,
name?
yeah.
The other one that was Cusco.
I don't even know who that was. I don't know who did either of the
You
voices.
just said him, David Spade.
Oh, you mean him? I thought you meant who replaced him.
No.
Oh,
I mean,
no,
like,
David
Spade's
Spade.
expensive. John Goodman's
Yeah.
expensive, and to do a whole ass show and have
Am I
weekly
wrong?
episodes, that's a lot of money you got to shell out for that. If they say yes at all, probably.
Was it? So Patrick Warburton was still in it, and Eartha Kitt was still in it. So the chick who did Yzma was still Yzma.
Yeah. Is she still alive?
I don't know. She's old. Let's see.
They only did 36 episodes of that.
She was only in 36 episodes. Looks like there were 52 episodes. Yeah,
'cause
JP
Kronk
Manor. Who is this? This guy did Cusco's voice. Oh, that's the guy from the thing.
What thing?
I don't know.
What? That's the guy from the thing.
Is Eartha Kitt still alive? Eartha Kitt age. Aw, she died in 2008.
Damn.
She was 81.
Oh, she must have died while the show was still going on.
Maybe.
Because that said on the thing that she
that would
was
make
working
sense.
from 2007 to 2008.
Yeah. She was the old lady who was Hector Zeroni's like great descendant in Holes, the movie Holes.
We've talked about this before.
I'm sure we have. I
Yeah.
just always love that little fact because I picked up on it before ever looking it up.
Yeah.
Like when I was watching Holes, I was like, "That's Yzma." Because whenever she says, "If you do not do this, I will haunt you and your family forever and all eternity," and I was like, "Oh shit, that's Yzma!" Like I heard that, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Ah!" Like I remember being,
I will turn you to a llama forever and all eternity.
for like. I remember getting to that point and being like, I can hear voices. Like, I can hear that people are other characters and other things. And I remember hearing it in Sons of Anarchy. Henry Rollins. He plays Tenzin. No, not Tenzin. Zahir on Legend of Korra.
Oh, really?
And I was watching Sons of Anarchy and I was like, that's Zahir. There's no way it's not. He looks like him and sounds like him. There's no way that's a coincidence.
Zahir is the...
He's the bald guy that becomes a bad, like he's a bad guy anyway, but he becomes an airbender.
Yeah.
He was that guy.
The guy that, like, can float and shit.
Yeah. What a great show.
Yeah.
Man, that show's good.
It's underrated. I'm
It
telling
really, well, I don't think it's underrated. I think that it was underseen. I think the people that have
Yeah.
watched it love it. It's not like
I
people
think
watch
it's
it and don't like it.
it.
I mean, Avatar: The Last
People love
Airbender is
Avatar: The Last Airbender
Yeah.
a lot more than...
Well, I think that what the problem was, a lot of people like our age that loved Avatar: The Last Airbender probably saw Legend of Korra coming on thought, oh, it's a cash grab. Yeah,
I never thought it was a cash
Well,
grab.
yeah, you wouldn't, but I'm saying a lot of people who think stuff like they were probably sick of their animated shit
Yeah.
getting redone and badly, and they just don't understand that Legend of Korra, made by the same people, and fucking brilliant,
like,
so good.
I don't know, man. Like, the thing
And
that,
the guy that played Zuko came back into the voice.
The thing, yeah, that's pretty cool.
He
the
did-
thing that
he played
did
his
me,
great-grandson.
like,
Or grandson.
the thing that, like, I didn't really enjoy about Legend of Korra is that they're all older than, like, the group you're used to. And, like, I feel like if you grow up...
Oh, you mean the main characters?
Yeah. Like, I feel like if you grow up, like, with Avatar: Last Airbender, like, when I first watched the show, I
Which
was
one?
expecting Legend of Korra. When I first watched the show, having seen the ending of Last Airbender and everything like that, I was thinking, not Last Airbender the movie, but Avatar, you know?
Yeah.
And, it kind of threw me off, and I was at a weird, like, I was in high school at the time, I think, when it first premiered. And I remember being thrown off by, like, how much older they were, and it felt more like a Zoe 101 show, or like a...
Really?
Like, not like in the sense that it would just be about teen drama and stuff, but it felt more about the drama than about, like, the actual journey itself to, like, in the story, you know what I mean? Which is fine, it's just, like, it's a different show, you know what I mean? It's not like, you're not gonna watch Last Airbender and enjoy it the same way you would watch Legend of Korra. Legend of Korra is definitely a deeper, more dramatic show than I feel like Last Airbender was, to a certain extent.
Yeah, in certain ways. I
Yeah.
think that the comedy definitely stayed. They really kept the same brand of comedy, which
Yeah.
was nice.
It just wasn't as often either, though. You know what I
It
mean?
was pretty often, bro. But like all the characters have their funny moments.
The first season is fucking amazing. Of Legend of Korra.
Amazing.
Yeah, like the
Like
first
I like all the
season-
seasons a lot. The only season to me that's weak at all in any regard is the fourth one.
Season 2's weak to me. I
Really,
like
season
the fourth
2's
one.
awesome.
See,
man. I love
season 4 like is like very much seeing the other side of like how the war in the Last Airbender could have started. You know what I mean? Like with like this.
Yeah, with someone trying to take over
Yeah.
again. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like that kind of angle of it. You know what I mean? And I like the idea that Aang bringing peace doesn't solve like everybody's problems.
Exactly.
You know,
I definitely.
there's like
I think the thing they did good with Legend of Korra was make everybody older, only because then you're gonna get like the fucking Pokemon syndrome where Ash stays 10 forever.
That's true.
Like I wouldn't have liked if they tried to make it another 10-year-old
I don't
Avatar
think there
finding
would have been
his or
like
her way.
a way around it either. You know what I mean? Like, cause like the problems that they have to deal with, and like the society that they're living in, like you need
The
like
kid couldn't have.
you
yeah.
need like an older perspective. You
Yeah.
know, which
I think from season 1 to season 4, like 4 or 5 years passed too, which is better than. The only thing that's a little dumb about Avatar is that like a year passes between all 3 seasons,
Yeah.
which is a little silly when you think about where they've been in 1 year.
Mm.
You know, but
Because they fly from the South Pole to the North Pole on a Sky Bison, which we don't know how fast it goes, but not like super fast.
it's not
in,
super
like, the
fast, but
span of a year.
it's also like they're going like place to place too, so they're stopping a lot of times.
And flying is like flying at fucking super speed in those movies, in that show.
Oh well, no.
Because like you gotta think about it like this.
Like
Like
flying isn't that, or I mean, you can drive from here to Cali in 3 days, nonstop. Like drive, you know. So flying is gonna be faster on a Sky Bison than driving is in real life, I think.
I don't know, man. That seems like it should at least taken like.
And it didn't take them a year to get to the North Pole. It was
No,
a
but
few
I
months.
know. Well, yeah. A few
You got to
months.
remember the whole show, all 3 seasons is 1 year.
Yeah.
That's like wild to me. That like that's
Is
that's
it a
the
year?
only it's the only in the last episode, like they bring it up and talk about that where everything that happened. Like he says, I can't believe a year ago I was hunting you down. He says, I can't believe a year ago I was in an iceberg. Like it happens in less than like everything happens in like a year, which is like bananas when you think about it. But
I bet people were like, "What the fuck? It's been a year." Like people that didn't know, you know.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely one of those things that it doesn't feel like that because of how long it took. One of the things I always love about shows like that is you're always going to have a great cast in an animated show because unless someone dies, because you have like people can keep a voice and still age.
Yeah.
That's like the problem with shows like Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, if they had like a stupid, amazing budget, would have been the greatest animated show of all time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That could have been the most ridiculous, badass animated show of all time. Like, imagine getting all those actors to do those voices, you know, instead of all those actors to play. Not saying anything. I love Game of Thrones. It's my favorite show of all time. But, like, the only problem that show has is that people are aging so quickly. Like, in the books, by book 5, Arya's like 12.
Mhm.
She's like a little kid still. Like, in the show, they also had to fast forward the beginning to everyone being much older than they start off in the books. In the books, Jon's like 14 when it all starts. And, like, Arya's like 8. And Bran's like 7. Like, they're like little kids when the whole show, like, legit starts. And it, like, that's definitely one weird thing. And there's, like Daenerys is like a little, like, 13 in the very beginning. Like, and everything that happens in the first season happens to her in the first book when she's 13. Like, those books are crazy. And, like, what happens to certain characters at certain times. Like, it's crazy that there's, like, an FCC for, like, television, but not for, like, books. Because, like, shit can happen in books. Like, crazy shit. Like, there's an Alex Cross book where, like, Alex Cross is, James Patterson. It's, like, a character. He's a detective. And, like, a special like a private detective. Like, people, you know, call, like, he works with, like, I think he works with the Washington police at some points, but I think that at a certain point he becomes a detective throughout the series. Long story short, he, there's, like, one book where he's, like, fighting this, like, or not fighting, but, like, hunting down this, like, Nigerian warlord that has come to America, like, because somebody hired him to go there, and he gets these 2 kids and boils them in oil, and, like, it very graphically, like, describes it. And, like, dude, like, I don't know what it was about my development, about when I started reading. I started reading the Alex Cross books when I was like 12, and that was one of those things where it was like, you can't watch porn or like rated R movies around your parents, but you can read a book because they're not gonna read that book, you know, most of the time. Like my aunt and uncle and that family that I was living with when I was reading those books, they didn't give a shit what I was reading. They were just like, oh, he's reading. That's probably good. And I was reading straight.
There for
and I was reading straight up porn. Like, those books are very pornographic and very, like...
Alex Cross books?
Yes. They're great books. Like I got, like, 14 or 15...
Charlie says, as he's talking about the porn in them.
Well, like, the books in general are great. Like, it's very pornographic scenes, because in a book, again, there's no, like, restriction on what you're allowed to say. So, like, when he's writing, he's like, I'm going to write this like it would happen. Like, to a certain extent. It's a little... Some of it's a little... Like, like spy thriller parts of it are a little crazy, but like he gets into the mind of like when Alex is telling the story, it's like first person when he's writing this down, like it's like a book that he's like, these are books that he writes and sells in his world, like he but like a blog, kind of like Sherlock Holmes with John Watson.
Yeah, or John Watson with Sherlock
where he's the one writing it, or where John is.
Yeah.
But in the books, whenever it's not Alex's perspective, it's like third person omniscient of the serial killer, and it is nuts, bro. Like the mindset he puts you in when you're reading for these, it is crazy. Shit happens in those books.
As the killer?
Yeah, or all the killers. Like it's multiple people. Like like sometimes a killer will only last one book. Sometimes it'll last the span of many books. They're great. Like I got like there's like 30 of them. Like he still writes Alex Cross books. He's been writing them since like '89, like the same series, and like I don't know how old that fucker is in the book, because now like by like book 14 or 50 he's like 50 or something. It starts off and he's like in his late 30s or early 40s, but they're like really good crime novels, and they're really good like case studies on serial killers.
That's pretty cool.
And murder, but like fake ones. Or I guess he kind of bases some of them on real life. Like I think that one of them is based on the DC Sniper.
Yeah.
But it's nuts. Charlie only reads for the porn. Yes, that's all I do.
Have you ever watched this movie? Or sorry, you said the thing about Sniper, but have you ever watched this movie on Netflix called The Tower?
I don't think so.
It's about there was this
Is it a true story?
university. Yes, it's a documentary. It's this university in Texas about like where this guy climbed up in the tower with a sniper rifle.
Started killing.
Yeah, like
wasn't
in
it
the
like black students?
No, everybody.
Everybody.
Anybody that was.
There's one where someone only killed black students or black people at a college. I can't remember what it was. Like it was a sniper story.
He was up in this tower and like they were just walking. And all of a sudden, like bullets were hitting people, like fucking like murdering them, and like they couldn't get it. I mean, Charlie, this thing went on for like I want to say like a day or so, because they couldn't get to him, you know.
Yeah.
And finally, like I can't remember how long it lasted, but this guy got up to the top of the thing and like busted in on him and like just shot him, because like he did the thing where he was like freeze or whatever, because it was like a police officer. And he went to reach for a gun and he just shot him.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you do.
Yeah. I mean, it was...
That's not a guy you just...
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if he just stands there and says, you know, take me in, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, people like that are the ones you put down, I think. You know, unless they... If they're smart enough to get into that position and start doing that, they're smart enough to get a story out if they have some message. Otherwise, they're just crazy psychopaths.
You know what I'm going to do?
Like the Vegas guy. Like the Vegas kill, you know that guy? Did you?
Yeah, the guy that was in the hotel and like started shooting up the concert, wasn't it?
Yeah, dude, that was crazy. Have you seen the videos? Oh my god. Hey, sexy people. Hey, Nathan. Dude, your name's a different color for me now. It's weird. I'm not used to. It's like dark purple instead of like the light purple I'm used to on my stream. What's up, Nathan? Do you like our lighting, Nathan?
It's a nice lighting.
I like it, bro. You look like the sun is coming up.
The animation is really cool too.
In what?
The movie.
The Tower.
Like the way they do it. Well, so like it's a documentary / animation thing. It's really cool looking. Because Lindsay told me about it.
Lindsay are from Columbia. Okay. You need a diffuser. So it has one. It's a really bright one. Like I need either another diffuser on top. You need to not. What? It's very nice. Thank you, Nathan.
Okay, so it's about the 1966 shooting at the University of Texas at Austin.
19 what?
1966.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a minute ago.
So, hold on. It's not called The Tower, it's just called Tower. Hold on. I'm gonna see if it's still on Netflix. Because, like, you should really watch it. It's really, I mean, it's intense. Like, I've never like sat down and watched something that was a documentary and at the end of it felt like it's watching that experience and seeing it told from that first person was gonna make me cry, and that almost made me cry. Like
Really?
like that's how.
Like hearing
that's-
from people who were like,
Well, it's
testifying?
it's hearing their story and seeing it in the animation too. That like it's like it really puts.
how
you
is it
in that moment.
animated and what kind of animation? What do you mean animated?
So it's like.
is it like animated like a story, like watching?
So hold on,
fucking...
just pull it up on YouTube and like see if you can find like a clip of it. It's just
Okay.
called Tower. You'll know because it's hard to explain. It's very realistic animation.
Tower animation documentary. Animated documentary.
That's it.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Can we?
That looks
can we
crazy.
show? Can we
Nah,
show
we'll
stream-
definitely get taken
Oh,
out for
okay.
this, for sure. That's nuts, though. Guys, look that up. Tower, official documentary, 2016. That's
Yeah, it looks really good though, doesn't it? Like that's.
animated documentary details first U.S. mass shooting. That's crazy.
Right.
That looks nuts. I have returned. Hello, Dilton. You
So
still watching Last Kingdom? Yes. Have you
so-
seen Last Kingdom?
I haven't seen it yet. No.
Your mom's watched it, huh? Someone on your account's watched it.
I thought it was you.
Well, I'm watching it, but someone had already watched it.
No, it's just you and me on there. On that one,
Someone's
'cause
been
it-
using your account then. Someone had watched it before me. Because someone, like, I started it and it was already, like, halfway through season 3,
it
some episode.
may have been Bethany, like a long time ago.
Oh, probably. Well, it's only 4 years old, the show.
Well, she was living with me.
Oh, yeah, that I forgot.
so-
Okay, that's probably when it was then.
Yeah.
I've returned. I'll never understand mass shooters. How long is it? How long is the documentary?
Would
you say?
Well, it's right there in front of you
Well, I already-
on the
it's already
YouTube.
on.
It was like an hour and something. It's
Jesus, Tristan. God damn it. I don't think that's accurate. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that's not accurate.
but like it's such
Last
a
Kingdom, yes.
so it's such a
Let me talk to you about it first, Nathan. Like,
it's like a I guess the best way to describe the animation would be like it's kind of like they used like actors with a combination of old pictures and animation on top of that
yeah.
because that's what it looks like. I mean,
It's
we
hard to-
saw it.
Have you guys ever seen the? Let me see if I'm right.
I did like it, Nathan.
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen the Take on Me music video?
Yes, that's what it.
It looks kind of like
Kinda
like
like
that
that.
kind of animation in a way, but like way more modern.
Yeah, it's very clean.
It's
crisp.
very
I'm
crisp
so
and clean
glad
looking.
like she like recommended that movie because one day I was supposed to be doing homework and this was when I was still in college, and like she told me about it and I like went to the library and I was like, oh, I'll have this playing in the background when I do homework, and I got sucked in and like
Yeah.
stayed in that library for like an hour watching the movie, and I got up, I was almost crying in a public library and I was like, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here.
I wish I could cry about shit like that. Like, it's so hard for me to cry. Like, I can't watch any. I've cried happy tears when I watched The Martian and Onward.
Yeah.
And other than those, like, I have not cried. Like, I can't cry to sad shit. It's too hard for me to cry to sad shit.
I've only seen a handful of documentaries in my life that I can think of that were like fucking like, you know, that stood out as far as like documentaries go, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying like, you know, documentaries are supposed to be like just transferring information about what happened. But I feel like if you watch a good documentary, you're gonna remember everything that happened. That hit me. Tiger King hit me but in a different way.
Have you seen the movie Bernie with Jack Black?
No, what's that about?
Let me just read the thing, because it's amazing. It's like, as an acting, so it's Jack Black, which is hilarious. It's from 2011. In small town Texas, an affable mortician, Bernie, strikes up a friendship with a wealthy widow. Though when she starts to become controlling, he goes to great lengths to separate himself from her grasp. It is an amazing true story movie, and Bernie is still alive. It's a true story.
Mm-hmm.
Bernie is alive and is in. I'm not gonna say anything else actually because it'll spoil things.
Okay.
Jack Black plays this guy and sings like he's a very church going person, like in a like hilarious way, like a Texasy like stereotypical church going person
Yeah.
way, and he sings like these hymns from church. Like it's a good. Is it on Netflix? If
Don't
it's on
come in
Netflix,
here with your political agenda, Tristan.
Bernie's alive and running for president. Bernie 2020. Hashtag feel the burn. Not the Bernie I'm talking about. It is. Matthew McConaughey's in it. He's in it. But the thing is, there's a lot of actors and then real people that are giving first-hand accounts of how, like...
Oh, so it's a documentary?
Kind of. So it's a movie that is acted out, but at the same time, there's, like, documentary...
So there's, like, cutaways to people talking about what happened. That's
It's
pretty
so
interesting.
weird. But it's so good. It is paced fucking flawlessly. It's one of those movies where you start it and you love it the whole way through. It's not, like, dull, at least for me. That movie is and it's hilarious. It's fucking hilarious. It is flawlessly good all the way through. It's amazing. It's such a good... Wake up, sheeple. Well, I tried. Why is Chad dead? Well, you know, it's late. And it's a Monday.
Yeah.
Mondays are always weak. Hold on, let me see if it's... Have a good trip, adventure in psychedelics.
I saw that,
Jesus.
too.
You watched it?
I just saw the ad for it.
Bernie. Fuck, it's not on here.
Damn it.
I wonder what it's on. Bernie.
Is it on Hulu? Hulu? I said Hulu.
Watch Bernie movie online.
Bernie Sanders.
YouTube movies. Nah, it looks like you're going to pay unless you like stream it off a site.
Bitches gotta pay.
Yes. It's such a... Ooh, we just hit 3,800 views on Twitch.
Nice.
Like total.
3,800.
That is such a...
Wow, we're still at 37.89 for me over here. But
Well, this is the dashboard. You're
my
on like
video's gone though.
you just have to refresh it. Bernie Sanders. Wait. It's a really Matthew McConaughey's hilarious in it. He plays the sheriff that's like, fuck, I don't want to say.
Okay.
You should watch it. It's really good.
I just found out Matthew McConaughey's in an episode of King of the Hill.
That does not surprise me even a little bit.
I just thought it was funny because I was watching today and like there's this guy called like going like I'm a self-declared genius and I was like
That's Matthew McConaughey.
I was like wait a minute I
Wait a
know
second, I
that
know.
voice and then like he's talking about like I do all kinds of things honey like he's talking to Luann and I was like wait a minute is that Matthew McConaughey? What you looking it up?
Looking at Bernie Sanders.
Oh God.
I love it. Oh, I'll show that real quick. Look at all these birds. Look at that one. Look at this one. This is the best one. Look at that one. Look at
Oh.
Bernie Sanders' face. I love that.
That's
Bernie.
cute. Feel the bird.
Feel the bird. Matthew McConaughey, whoever, was great in Interstellar. Yes, he was. He's great in a lot of things.
Me and Tristan were talking about his science class the other day at Food Lion.
I would drop kick an infant for some chicken right now. Well, Kristen, you have an infant. You could make chicken materialize. Maybe not an
That's
infant.
not
I don't know
right.
how
That's
old
not-
your
She's
kid
5.
is. Okay, not an infant. You have a child.
That's like
You can drop kick a small child and get a whole chicken, like a rotisserie chicken.
Two
Is
chickens.
anything open right now?
Wendy's,
Wendy's is fucking
McDonald's.
She's a toddler.
Arby's just
open. 5
closed.
is 4. She's 4, Creighton.
Oh my bad.
Damn, that's crazy.
My
Is
bad.
4 still a toddler? What is the age
yeah,
that
4
differentiates
so I feel
toddler
like,
to little kid?
I feel like it goes
I think once you're 5, you're
like
a kid.
year to 1, like or not year, born to like 1 is
It's
like
like
a
an
baby, and then like 1 to like 4 is a toddler, and then 5 on up. 5
I think
to,
5 is a child,
5
like a kid.
to 10 is a kid.
Kid.
And then,
5 to 10. No, 5 to probably 5 to 12.
And then
I think 5 to 12.
11 to 12 is tween, and then
No, tween is fake. Tween is
Okay.
not real.
well then 5
Someone
to
say
12
science class?
is kid,
What?
and then 12, then 13
She's still a
to
baby.
19 is a teenager, and then like 20 to like 100 to wherever is an adult.
Nah, dude. I think adulthood really starts when you're like 30.
Well, in the eyes of the U.S. government,
You're
technically
18,
you're
yeah.
18, but you can't fucking smoke or drink anymore, though.
That's stupid.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, I don't think you should smoke or drink
Look,
until you're
I'm telling
26.
you, if you're 18, to me, I'm not gonna say anything if you smoke or drink.
Oh, really? I'm the other way around.
No.
I don't think anyone should smoke or drink till they're like 26. or
No, I'm
7.
talking about if you want to and like you're not able to. I think that you should. I think it
Should? Creighton.
No,
gotta
I
be
think
careful
you
with the word.
should if you want to, because like you can go out and vote, you can go out and join the army, you can go out and do, you get
Listen,
taxed at fucking 18, and you
Listen.
can't go out and smoke
You
and
get
drink if
taxed
you
anyway.
want to.
You get taxed
You
anyway.
know what I mean, though?
You get
Like,
taxed anyway.
No, but that's when they officially
like start making
that's
your
when
file
you're
taxes.
yeah,
Well, if you
exactly.
have a job, if you don't do anything, they can't tax you for nothing.
But you see what I mean?
I know what you
though.
mean, yes.
Like who do you know that's
Well,
like
you still get taxed if you get a job when you're 14 if you make enough money.
yeah,
That still happens.
But like you know
That's
what
not
I
a
mean?
thing that
though.
they wait for
You know
ages.
what I mean?
I don't. Look, the only one on that list that I agree with you on is the military. I think it's ridiculous that you can sign up for the military at 17, go in at 18, and not be allowed to drink or smoke or all these other things.
I think if you can,
I think that if you're in the military, they should let you do whatever you want.
I think
If you're doing that for your country, especially if you get deployed, they should supply you with cigarettes
Yeah.
and alcohol.
I-
You should be allowed to do that. But I don't think that you or me or any fucking teenager who goes to a high school should be allowed to drink or smoke. I don't think any of it should be allowed.
No, look, I'm with you on that
I've
end
been
of it,
around
but
it
I think
my whole
if
life.
legally speaking, you can join the military and stuff, you should be allowed to smoke and drink.
But the army will teach you how to be homeless as fuck. See, I also understand. Listen, Marines turned my friend into an alcoholic. Yeah, see, I mean, like, look. A lot of these things are done right, and a lot of these things are done wrong. When it comes to smoking, I think that cigarettes should just be gone, period. Smoking in general is horrible. Smoking weed,
Look,
Has
I'm
medicinal
that's not
properties.
that's not the
What are you talking
conversation
about
we're
smoking?
having. I'm talking about like, I'm not talking about whether physically and scientifically if it's good for your body. I'm talking about legally. If it's okay for you to join the army, it should be legally okay for you to smoke and drink if you want to. I think the option should be there. Because, like, it's not, I mean, like, everybody else in the world can do it. You know what I mean? At the fucking age of 16 and 14 in other countries.
well, not drinking.
Drinking,
Smoking,
they
yeah.
can.
Well, drinking 18 in Europe you're allowed to do. It's
In
16
Germany,
I think you're
it's
allowed.
16.
Well, no, again, even in Germany it's different. It's like you're allowed to go out and drink at 18. 16 is when you're allowed to like drink at home with supervision. Like your parents are allowed to let you drink.
Oh.
You're still not technically allowed after a certain age, I don't think. Germany, maybe there's a weird specific rule.
I don't
know in like Europe, the whole of Europe, it's a different.
I just think if you want to do it at that by the age of 18, you should be allowed to do it. Because, like, look, if you don't, it's going to become like this weird taboo thing for you. You know what I mean? Look, drinking for me was always like this weird taboo thing, and then when I finally did it, it was like one of those
your
things,
body, your choices.
It was one of those things where like for like a year or two, I was hooked on it. You know what I mean? And then like I was over it. I never like it never became like a thing where like I had to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like you're creating an environment where it can become a thing where like you develop alcoholism or you develop an addiction to smoking because it's been this thing that's so taboo all these years. It's like being the preacher's daughter and then going off to college and being like, hey, I can fuck anybody if I want to.
Yeah, I mean, I get all those things. With smoking, I understand. I'm not gonna hate anyone if they smoke, but with drinking's a lot different. Drinking fucks up your brain and the way you literally think when you're doing it.
I know.
When you're smoking cigarettes, you can still think. You can be stressed out and it can, fuck up your lungs and all this shit, but you're still operating. You can still drive. You can still operate things. You can do things. Drinking, gets
Fucks
people...
up your motor skills and stuff.
It really ruins the way you move around, and that's why I don't think you should drink till you're like 25 or 6. I mean, you shouldn't be as young as we are, and look, this is a very specific opinion because this is based on things I've seen and dealt with
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
personally don't drink. I don't do anything like that. Yet. I plan on smoking weed. I plan on smoking the reef one day. The devil's lettuce.
I'm just
I think the
thinking
problem
about
is
what's-
America's pagan roots. I wouldn't say pagan. I would say puritanical. Tristan, I'm not entirely sure, but we may need to fight. If the government won't pay me a livable wage working 40 hours a week, they should fucking at least let me smoke or drink.
That's fair. I agree with that. Because, like, look, you have people out there working their asses off 3 or 4 different jobs because they can't get a job that, like, gives them enough hours.
Listen, that's a different thing all on its own. That's
That
a whole
is,
other
I
issue.
agree, but, like, I'm just
I understand what you
venting
mean.
because,
Yeah,
like, I've been
it's-
there
it's
and
awful,
it's
yeah.
fucking shitty. You know what I mean?
I get it. I definitely get that.
It's horrible.
Yeah, it's rough, and it's about to get pretty bad, I think, after this whole stimulus.
Oh, I'm already feeling it. You know what I mean? Like, cause,
What do you mean?
Well, like, as far as, like, I don't want to get in like too in depth to it, but there was a lot of overcompensating done, I think, in hiring wise with a lot of businesses that were
went
essential
down.
businesses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
UPS went through a lot of that, where they hired a lot of people just to get all these packages through.
And I think that it's gonna like hit hard
A lot of
as
people
far
gonna
as
get
like
fired. You think?
let go of and there's gonna be definitely people upset because of like that and like jobs, lives ruined, that kind of thing. Which I mean, it's one of those things where like people didn't react fast enough, and then when they reacted, it was overreacting. So it's like now you got too many people in one sector of like the industry of the workforce, that's having to compensate for this whole other sector being just gone right now.
Yeah.
And then as that slowly returns, you'll have some people going back. There's some people that's not going to be able to do anything because they're just like, it's gone. There's whole businesses shut down. And
Yeah, that are
for
gone
good.
forever. Yeah,
Yeah.
because of this.
Mm-hmm.
Because some businesses couldn't handle something like this
Like
happening. If anything, what this is going to do is you're going to have more food lines, more Walmarts that just pop up in towns where they have two of those now because of something like coronavirus decimated.
See, I don't know
local
though,
business.
because like, do you know how much it costs to open up a new store? It's $1 million.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, for certain businesses.
To just like I know for a fact like to open up a new food line.
Well, that's
it
food
would
line.
cost
I'm
like
saying certain
well,
other
I mean,
businesses.
well, I know that, but I'm just using food line as an example.
Yeah.
To open up a brand new food line, like fully stocked, staffed, everything,
Yeah.
$1 million flat line, and then they won't make that money back probably for like a year or two. You know what I mean?
A year?
A year or two at least, because like if it's like normal sales, like your
okay.
average sales for the year, you won't make that money back for like a year or two, because it maybe even longer now that I think about it, because like you're talking about business that works in, if you count like Western Union, credit cards, debit cards, all that kind of stuff, at least. Well, no, I take that back. Maybe less than a year. Cause like if it really takes off, Charlie, it'll probably rake in about close to $1 million, maybe in a month. But that's like just your gross profit, though. That's not like talking about spending money on trucks, employees.
Yeah, no, I
and
understand. Opening a store is expensive because you're not only outfitting the store, you're paying the people working on and in the store.
Yeah.
Cratenomics.
I just read it.
Great
like
word.
that.
I saw it. The glare from the light was on the S.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is that letter?
Cratenomica.
Charlie, I don't think the question is whether you should drink or smoke. It's whether you can drink or smoke.
Yeah.
Drinking affects no one else directly. What? Shut the fuck up, it doesn't. And smoking affects no one else directly. Drinking affects everyone around you. Smoking, I'd rather grow up with smokers than drinkers. Everyone I know that grew up with drinkers has, not everyone, a lot of people that grew up with drinkers have horror stories of abusive parents.
I agree with that.
Abusive siblings. People who, if you drink, you're not the same person. Some people are happy drunks. I know happy drunks. I know one specifically who's like the happiest drunk ever. He's the greatest. But like, aside from, what? It's not someone you know.
It's not Mike?
Mike doesn't drink at all.
Oh, really?
No,
Huh.
he hates
I didn't know
drinking.
that. Huh.
He doesn't like alcohol. But drink like secondhand smoke, sure, with cigarettes, but like if you smoke like that, you're not fucking up your brain.
See, I don't know.
People get fucked up drinking.
People can get fucked up in the brain with smoking too.
They
though.
sure, but it's a different thing. It's not
It's
the same
just like-
thing. If they're not smoking, and they smoke a lot, yeah. But if you're like the smoke 2 cigarettes a day person, it's not like ruining everyone around you's life. It's fucking up your life in the long run a little bit. But I'm like,
I don't know. I've lived with people that smoke.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
I have too.
Well, I mean,
I've lived with like 2 packs a day.
and
of
I've lived
smokers.
like trying to support somebody that smokes as well. It's
rough and it's
yeah.
expensive as
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
It costs so much money.
I mean, you're just paying money to build up a reliance on something if you
Yes.
ever want to start smoking.
I only have like 2 or 3 shots a night. I usually just zone out. Yeah, and again, there's like healthy doses of everything.
Like a
when
glass
it
of
comes
wine is really good.
yeah, it's
for
like
you.
good for you. Like
Yeah.
red wine, it's so good for you. Drink like a glass, even 2 glasses a night. Smoking cigarettes is not good for anybody. It's not like. It's not.
Although it does clear up your nose if you're having like a cold.
Yeah, you know what else? That's horseradish.
That's true.
Take a bite of horseradish.
Ew,
Yes.
I'm not eating horseradish.
You don't have to eat it. You take a bite of it, chew it up, let it get through your fucking mouth, and then boom. It's better than smoking, I
Oh,
promise.
I mean, I don't doubt you it's better than smoking, but I'll just, like, you know...
You don't doubt that?
I'll just tough it out with the runny nose. Fuck all that.
I think if people act like that and hurt others when they're drunk, it's not the alcohol, it's the person. I don't know, bro. Alcohol takes down all
I agree
barriers.
with that. I agree with that completely. I agree with where Tristan's coming from on that. Because it depends on the person.
I don't know, man. I know some pretty good, nice people that get very... You have people that usually have a pretty good filter and a pretty good... They stay level-headed, and when they drink, all the barriers of the things that they're tired of or sick of, that they're pretty good at, you know, like, not showing because they know that it would, like, hurt people's feelings. Like, people who get truth serum drunk, that, like, opens up so many problems for a lot of friends and a lot of, like, relationships because you have people that are good at not saying all the shit they're
I get where you're
upset
coming
about
from,
or
but
things that they don't think.
I get where you're coming from, but...
Meth kills corona, supposedly. Well, yeah.
Maybe that's why we haven't really had a big outbreak here in Lancaster, because we got a bunch of...
I've had a pretty big outbreak, apparently.
We did?
I've heard, I don't know, I've heard conflicting things, though. I don't know.
I mean, I haven't seen...
Do they do meth around here a lot? I thought coke was the thing that was bad.
Heroin's the thing that's bad around here.
Is bad? I don't know.
Heroin
I don't know
and meth is bad,
I don't
but it's
know.
not as bad as heroin. Heroin's like fucking, like, everybody does heroin.
Oh, you mean in terms of how many people? I was about to say, I think that
Yeah.
on a scale of which one is a worse thing for you, I think
heroin's like the
Really?
worst.
I think meth
Heroin-
is bad. I think
meth
meth's worse
is
than
bad
heroin.
for you, like, all around. But heroin's like the shit that's like
Well, isn't heroin technically, like, doesn't it have medicinal properties? Some heroin, like,
I mean, God, it's...
am I wrong? Nah, dude, meth is everywhere here. It's pretty bad. Heroin is the worst because it feels so good.
Yeah.
Coke? It's not 1983. I guess it's just because, like, I've met cokeheads.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I
I've
know
met
a bunch
people
of...
that do
Look,
coke and
I know a
have done it.
bunch
Like,
of
they'll literally
cokeheads,
do
too,
coke
yeah.
at, like, Walmart. Like, I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
I'll be like, wow,
No,
I can't
I
hang out
haven't
with
met
you ever
anybody
again.
like that. I've met, like... What's the word for, like, people who are, like, alcoholics, but, like, they're classy about it? What's the word? High-functioning alcoholics. I've met high-functioning coke addicts. Yeah. They are like, yeah, I do a little bit of coke every now and then. What of it? You know what I mean? Like, they'll be wiping their nose, you know? And then they'll go off and do, like, their, like, super fucking awesome job or whatever.
It's like Joe Rogan with weed. A lot of people don't realize how much he smokes. He smokes, like, every day.
Yeah.
Not all day long, but, like, every day he smokes weed, and he gets so much shit done. He does so much shit, bro.
Yeah. See,
He's a UFC commentator regularly. He's a comedian. He does stand up every night of the weekday of the year, and then weekends for like going and doing like shows every weekend. He goes on tour every weekend of the fucking year.
See,
and then he does the podcast all the time. He uploads like 5 a week. They're like 3 hours long. He gets Neil deGrasse Tyson. He had Elon Musk on the other day. Like he gets fucking Goliath and people onto this podcast. And then, you know what else he does? You know what he eats? All he eats is elk that he hunted. Like, the man literally, like, goes out and hunts for his food, like, 4 times a year, kills an elk. You know how big an elk is? They weigh, like, 1,000 pounds. He eats, like, 1,000 pounds of it. Like, the man does fucking... Like, he is the most... Like, he is, like, the top-tier Minecraft character. Like, he is fully sustainable by himself. Like, that man does so much shit, and he's smoking all the time. He was the one that was like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna smoke weed one day. Like, this isn't what they told me when I was a kid. This doesn't fuck up your brain, like, unless you smoke it when you're young. He didn't start smoking weed till he was, like, 30.
Yeah.
And, like, he's a big advocate for waiting until your brain is done developing. That's why I'm very much taking from the Joe Rogan.
You're like
handbook
Joe
on that
Rogan
one.
Jr.
I wouldn't say that. More like a disciple.
You're part of the Joe Rogan cult.
Charlie, just take a bump, bro. No, you would have thought. Crane, do you remember that guy snorting crushed pills in the back of shop class? Jesus.
Yeah.
Did you know? Don't say his name, but do you know who he is?
I don't fucking remember.
Okay.
That's been like fucking...
I don't fucking remember.
That's fucking 8 years ago.
I'm not
like...
addicted to cocaine. I just like the way it smells.
look. See, there's people addicted to smoking like that. And that's the part that I'm like, no, fuck that. You know what I mean? Like, alcoholism's so weird because, like, it affects everybody differently. You know what I mean? Like, you can...
Yeah, that's another
you can
reason.
talk to somebody who's, like, a raging drunk and, like, slurring their words, having to have a drink right then and there, and stumbles out the door. Or you could talk to an alcoholic who's as well put together as like you or me, and then just goes home and gets like fucking plastered every night, and then like you know what I mean? Like,
We know some of those.
that's what I'm saying
some of
though.
those.
Like there's different ranges and levels to it, and I feel like if you're, I don't even know how to put this. I feel like if you're gonna judge one level of it, and like put that as what all levels are, is stupid to judge it like that. You know what I mean? Because alcoholism in and of itself is like just having an excuse to drink, or wanting to be like, oh, it's Monday, so I'm gonna have a drink. I had a stressful day at work. Oh, it's a Tuesday, I'm gonna drink. Like because I had a stressful day Monday. It's Wednesday, it's the middle of the week. I'm gonna drink to celebrate. It's the middle of the week. It's Thursday. Got a pregame for the weekend. It's Friday. I'm going out with the boys. I'm gonna drink. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get
That's alcoholism.
Sounds like a friend of mine that I knew.
Who?
You.
Oh.
For a while. that was you for a
You know what I
minute.
mean? But that's what alcoholism is in and of itself. It's just the different ways people go about getting the drink and how they react after and before.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I just like not dealing with it. I think it's
Chris-
one of those things I could deal without.
Chris explained it to me best, like, and that's the example he used. Like Chris Black Jesus, like
Yeah.
that's, and I like will forever cite that as his
Excuse me.
example, and like how I know that I'm not. You know what I mean? Because I never think like, oh, this is a reason to drink. I look, really the only time I want to drink now is if I'm like, is if
Doing
like,
the podcast.
well, if I'm like hanging out with friends and like I want to have a good time, and just kind of loosen up. Some,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's the only thing.
Whip
but,
your
like-
dick out.
Huh?
Show it to people.
Yeah, whip my dick out, show it to people.
It's not what
But like, other than that, like I hate like if I have like beer and
Yeah.
like I don't have anybody to drink with, because then I'm like,
You
Like,
don't
why
like
do-
just sitting there getting drunk?
yeah, like it's not like about that for me, you know. I like, and even when I'm hanging out with people, I don't want to I don't want to drink every time I hang out with somebody, you know. And really, I got to be in the mood for it. To be honest with you. Also, the setting too, like
I feel like that's gonna be big with me and smoking. Is like I'm gonna like if I could 6:45 at night in the middle of 8 p.m. in the middle of July under that porch with the lights on,
Yeah.
and like a fire going and like some food, bro. I feel like that would be prime smoking weed material.
My perfect like image of like me drinking is like me sitting on a beach, you know, like a nice like
Charlie, Tristan, what are you talking about? I'm
a
sorry.
nice like martini or whiskey or something they might like
I
have.
feel like when I drink, it'll be wine. Like I'll be a big wine.
I like
person.
whiskey. Whiskey's so
I've
good.
heard whiskey's great, but like I've heard it burns.
It does. But
See,
it burns
I don't
so
like
good.
stuff like I don't like burn stuff.
You gotta drink like the right kind of burn stuff. You don't want something that's just gonna burn all the way down. You need something like a smooth, like Hennessy's good. Hennessy's smooth as fuck.
I know a guy named Julio Hennessy.
Like you drink that and it's like drinking oil in your mouth, but like in a good way. Like in a like it lubricates everything.
wine is great.
Wine is pretty good.
Wine is doo doo. I don't know. I haven't tried it, so I don't really know.
I like wine. Wine's all right. Wine's just not my preferred drink.
I feel like I'll end up being one of those people that has like a glass every night. Like I'll probably have a glass doing the podcast.
I've
like I'll
weirdly-
start being one of those people.
That's how Chops was with his podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
He'd like start doing it and then
They have,
halfway
like-
or at some
well, they
point
would
just
drink Moscato or Moscato. How do you say that?
Moscato. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Like him and Stevie D. But you know what though? Like
Wine is great. Tristan.
I feel like my diet is gonna get to where it's like Ron Swanson's. Like I just want like fucking like steak and whiskey all the time. that's good eating though.
I think that I'd be one of those people who like wanted a steak, some like broccoli,
Oh,
and some
good.
wine.
Mhm.
Ooh, some potatoes.
I got a steak in the fridge.
Dude, when we all get a place, when you, me, Matt, and Quentin fuck around and decide to live together after all this shit is done, and if we can find a place that we like, dude, we're gonna eat so good all the time. Like, you don't get it.
Live long, eat well.
Like, it's gonna be, all I'm gonna do is cook for everybody. Like, it's gonna be,
Look,
look, you supply me with food, and I'll cook it.
have I ever
I'm
told
gonna buy my
you?
own shit, too.
Have I ever told you about like whenever I watched Doctor Sleep for the first time, and one of the characters is talking to this other character about joining their cult or something like that
On,
on Doctor Sleep, like the movie?
No, don't tell me because I want to watch it one day.
I'm just telling you because this made me think of you. And like one of the selling points was like live long, eat well, and I was like, that was Charlie trying to get me to go to the gym.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's true. Because in my when I lived at the house I was at before this one, like there was like a year-long stint where I lived basically alone.
Yeah.
Where my dad and my brother lived like where my dad worked for like a year, and they just stayed there. And
When was that?
that was like. So that was probably not this last summer. Not this last summer, but the one before that. Like 2 years
When
ago.
I was in Colombia.
Yeah, when you were in Colombia, it was definitely during then. I'm starting to lose track of shit like that, like year to year. But for about a year, it was like somewhere between like 8 months to it was like 8 months, 8 months to 10 months, really, not a year. But it was basically me and Evie in that house, and I had the kids right all to myself.
Where's
And-
Caroline?
College, or not college, but like she was
At Winthrop, right?
at Winthrop. Yeah, she was like, was that when she was starting college? Where was Caroline?
There was a time when like all I would see on her Snap story was her doing shit at Winthrop. So.
Yeah. It might have been then. Am I down? When was that? Now I don't remember. I don't know. I don't remember Caroline. Caroline might have been there. Did she live
It
with
was like 2018.
I didn't
right?
see her a lot. Me and Caroline didn't like each other for many years.
Mhm.
Like only the last like year and a half, 2 years have we been cool with each other, if that really. For a long time we hated each other a lot. Well, I hated her, and she didn't like really have a feeling. She didn't like me or not like she. I don't know. In her words, she didn't hate me, but I hated her for a long time, and that was because of some things. But you know, another podcast, another day, whatever the fuck.
Another day, another podcast.
Another day, another podcast. But during that time that I lived there, dude, and that was right when I started the gym, bro. I was eating 2 steaks, a pound of rice, 6 scrambled eggs, and a whole crown of broccoli and a bell pepper, all in hibachi every night. Like I was eating good. I was eating food, bro. Like, and I gained so much weight, and like good weight. Like for me, gaining weight is good because I'm so fucking thin. Like it's
Yeah,
hard for me
you're
to
like a
keep
pretzel.
weight. Yeah, it's hard for me to keep weight.
You
And
get thin pretzels.
I've lost so much muscle
Like,
mass
you know
since this
those little
fucking shit started.
bags of pretzels? Like you're that thin. You can break
Oh,
it
it's
off.
in that thing.
Like a little pretzel. Anyways, you were saying? Sorry.
Wait, what did I say? I'm gonna piss off the world with this statement, but I don't really like steak that much. I didn't like steak for a long time. It's definitely one of those things
Who
that
said
like
that?
if you have it, Tristan did. He said it up a little bit. If you eat the wrong kind, especially when you're young, if you eat the wrong kind, you cannot like it forever. That's a lot of food though. If you try something young and don't like it, you won't like it for years because you had a bad experience.
Go for Gunners. It's not
Go for
falling.
Gunners is not fun. Thank you, Go for Gunners.
I like
Go
that
for
name.
Gunners or Go for Gunners?
Go for Gunners.
I like Go for Gunners. That sounds better.
I like that.
I eat it medium rare. I just can't eat fat. Oh, then no, you can get
The
steak
fat,
without
yeah.
the. I don't mind the taste of steak. Yeah, I don't like fat on my steak either at all. Raw steak, I could drink A1. Wait, whoa, what, Kristen? Yeah, non-fatty steaks are expensive. Nice prime, blah blah blah. You were so mean to Caroline. Yeah, I was pretty evil. Like, bitch.
There
What
was
did
a
you
time,
say-
like,
wait,
when
so
I
what do you
didn't even
wanna
know you had a sister. You remember that? Like, I thought it was just
A lot of
you and
people didn't know I
Michael.
had a brother. Like, no one knew I had siblings
I
because
knew
I was
you
so.
had a brother because he
I
would
went to
come to learn
co-
TV.
The last year of high school, I was in school with Caroline and Michael. Both of them were in school with us, like in our senior year, and no one knew. Like I knew so many freshmen because Caroline was friends with everyone in the school, and was like, "That's my brother," and everyone was like, "Bitch, that guy, the guy we've known for years." Like no one knew that I even had a sister.
And I didn't know you had a sister
I knew
until like
all along.
one day I was over at your house and I saw like what I thought was Michael in a wig, but it was your sister.
Okay, Michael was fat for a long time, and Caroline was also much bigger than she is now. She's lost a lot of weight.
Yes,
They both lost
have.
a
They've
lot
done
of weight.
really
Michael
good.
is just straight up skinny now.
Yeah,
Michael is like I don't even know what shape he is. He's like a weird, like,
he's built.
well, I wouldn't say built. He's like
not
stocky.
like
He's not like shredded. He doesn't like
No, he's
go
not
to the gym or
shredded, but he's
anything.
not like fucking overweight either.
not even a little bit overweight.
He's
No,
like-
he's lost a lot of weight.
He looks like he has a good foundation.
Michael's
you know what I mean?
transformation is insane. Michael looked so fat. Where's my yearbook of? No, shit, that's my freshman yearbook. Where's my senior? I have a senior yearbook somewhere. I gotta find that thing. But it's crazy how different he looked. It's crazy how different I look from senior year to now.
Mhm.
Like I finally grew up. And it only took me becoming an adult age to grow up. I was so small all of high school. I was such a like fucking. Even when I finally got tall, I was like so skinny.
Yeah,
I was like this fucking scrawny.
we all were
Shitty
trying,
guy.
except for Michael. Michael
I
was
think
like,
I changed a lot too. You changed a whole bunch after high school. You changed like senior year. You started changing, Tristan. That's when you started getting bigger. Because you were you weren't thin, but you weren't like big either, and you started gaining a lot of weight like on your arms and legs in high school, in senior year. Because when you like started doing soccer. That's crazy. That's crazy. As I've ate a peanut butter Wagyu burgers. That's a damn sin, right? Whoa, Chris, please. How much have you drank tonight? How much have you drank?
How
Is
much
it
have you
drank?
drank?
How much have you drank?
Drunk.
Is it drank? How much have you drank tonight? How much have you drunk tonight? How much have you been drinking?
drank tonight?
I feel like it's how much have you been drinking?
Well,
Is there
I
like a
feel
plural word?
I
Like,
feel like the way that you're saying it,
or past tense,
one way implies alcohol, one way just
Yeah.
implies like a drink.
Wagyu. The fuck? Wagyu. I think I wish I had a picture of Michael. So I could just be like, look, it's Michael.
I remember Michael not having a beard and stuff, and that's weird thinking about
Yeah.
now.
I mean,
It's
and
like-
when he shaves it, it's real. Dude, he just went bald for a while, like with the beard. He looked awesome, low key. I thought he looked great.
the eyebrows really are what make his face.
Yeah, he's very bushy eyebrows.
You know what? Like, and he knows it too. Like, he wiggles some shits and everything. You know what he asked me the other day that I thought was really interesting?
What did he ask you?
He somehow we were talking about something, and then we got on the subject of George Clooney. And
Of all the things you were about to say, I had no clue where it was going. I was like, "Is you guys say something about me or my family or Caroline or my dad or like what? Something to do with me and Michael or what?" And he's like, "We were talking about George Clooney." Go on. I'm sorry.
So,
That's hilarious.
and I don't know, you're probably gonna shit on me for this, and if you shit on me, like, I'm just gonna be like, my feelings are gonna hurt, and we're just gonna have to we're just gonna have to end the podcast right then and there.
Yeah.
But like, I said something along the lines of like, Joaquin Phoenix, Rami Malek, and I'm trying to think who else I listed at the time.
Rami Malek, Joaquin Phoenix.
And probably, yeah, I'm just gonna go with them.
Okay.
Joaquin Phoenix and Rami Malek, or whatever. the fuck-
Rami.
Rami Malek.
I think.
Have impressed me as actors. And I was talking about, like, listing all these things they've been in. And I was like, George Clooney, I don't think has ever impressed me as an actor. And
Well-
that's not to say that I think he's a bad actor. I think he's a phenomenal, great actor, charming guy. He's never done anything that I haven't, like, seen him pull. He's never done anything that's been like, oh, I couldn't see him as this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like you don't watch the kind of movies that
That's
he's
what
like
Michael
a
said.
big. Yeah, it's you're not like you would watch. The James Bond movies. You would watch.
Is he in James Bond?
No,
Oh.
like Rami
Oh.
Malek is going to be in the new James Bond movie.
Oh,
You would
really?
watch Bohemian Rhapsody. You would watch like some of the stuff he's been in. And same with Joaquin Phoenix. He does like Gladiator and Her and these like weird and good like awesome movies. But like George Clooney's done some phenomenal. Has he got an Oscar yet? I want to say he's got.
I think
an
he
Oscar.
does.
George Clooney IMDb Awards.
George Clooners.
George Clooners. Yeah, he's got an Academy Award for. Oh no, that's okay. That's not for acting though. That's for Syriana in 2005, actor in a supporting role. He won. He's been nominated for The Descendants. What? He wrote The Ides of March? What? I gotta
Here's where Charlie
rewatch that
gets
movie.
impressed by somebody.
Sometimes I forget shit like that. Sometimes I forget how, like, he's one of those actors who does a lot of shit.
Yeah,
not just
yeah, I know. Well, that's
Up
part of the
in
reason
the
why
Air,
he's kind
Michael
of slowed
Clayton,
down on
so-
acting, right? Is because he want to do more directing and writing.
Yeah, Argo. That's why he was. He won the Oscar for Best Motion Picture of the Year for Argo
So like,
with
I'm
Ben
not,
Affleck and Grant Heslov.
and I'm not like,
He's done a lot of shit with Grant Heslov.
and I'm not like bashing the guy either. It's just anytime I see him in anything, it feels like it's George Clooney. You know what I mean? It's not like
What is S
he's
tier?
disappeared into a role. You know what I mean?
Who, like Joaquin
George-
Phoenix?
Yeah, like I feel like I've seen Joaquin Phoenix disappear into a role. I've seen Rami Malek disappear into a role. Who else is pretty good? I've seen
Jamie Foxx with Ray.
Jamie Foxx disappear into a role.
Robert Downey Jr. in the Sherlock Holmes movies. Honestly, he
Yeah,
really becomes
yeah.
that Sherlock.
Yeah.
He's. I think they said he's a very method actor for Sherlock. When he plays him, he is him.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Bacon's method with everything he does is method.
Yeah.
Uh,
But I'm just talking about on that level of like superstardom, like
Oh,
I
like
feel
Heath Ledger with Joker.
Yeah.
Daniel Day-Lewis and all the things he does.
Yeah.
Daniel Day-Lewis is probably the most notorious method actor.
Or
of
even
all
Christian
time.
Bale, like some
Yeah,
of the stuff that he's
also,
done. Like, you know what I
Jesus.
mean? I've never really felt like I saw George Clooney
Okay.
really disappear into a role. You know what I mean? And I mean, like, maybe you're right. Maybe it's just I'm not watching the right things. But like,
You should watch. Fuck. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Shia LaBeouf. I agree, Shia LaBeouf. Have you seen him in? Well, you haven't seen Lawless, but Shia LaBeouf in Lawless.
He disappears into a lot of stuff now.
Fucking.
especially.
But I'm talking about Lawless was like early 2000 or late 2011 because we looked it up. Remember one
Well,
time?
yeah, that's like what I consider late,
And like
adult
he
Shia LaBeouf.
fucking like kills it in that movie.
It's gotta be after 2000.
Tom Hardy's another one that disappears
Yes.
into roles.
Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? For George Clooney.
You think so?
Yes, amazing.
Johnny Depp is another
Johnny
one that
Depp's
disappears
fucking
into roles.
amazing, but now he's starting to get a little weird in his roles. Like he's
Yeah.
starting to take shit just for money. You know, he has like 50 houses or some shit.
What?
He has like 15 houses. He drinks like apparently he spends like 300 grand on wine like a month. Like stupid shit. Like spends the most money. Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? He's pretty great. The Ocean's movie. Really, to me, Ocean 11 is the best Ocean's movie
I've seen
by
Ocean's
far.
11.
He's
And
really
I
good
like
in
I
Ocean's.
liked him.
You
in
should
that.
rewatch that and like
You
look
think
at it
so?
as
I mean-
him as an actor. Because again, it's a role that doesn't require like crazy, like
Yeah.
intense things. But if you watch that character, he plays the shit out of. I mean, the reason he's such a great
Maybe-
actor is because he becomes these straight men.
Well, isn't he
Like
in
the-
Inglourious
not-
Bastards too?
Yes. No. 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 Not Inglourious
What am I
Basterds.
thinking of that he's in? It's like kind of like a comedy thing, but it's not.
The Men Who Stare at Goats, probably.
Yes.
He's Mr. Fox in Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Is he?
Yeah, that's Mr. Fox. The Men Who Stare at Goats is probably the one you're thinking of. The Descendants. Tomorrowland. He's actually. Did you see Tomorrowland?
I've seen Tomorrowland.
He's
It's a
actually
pretty good movie.
He's good in that too.
Yeah, he's
like
pretty
like he
good.
plays the like asshole really
Yeah.
well in that. Like I'm not used to George Clooney being the asshole. Because I also haven't seen a lot of his stuff, but he's got some pretty phenomenal.
But I could also believe, like, you know,
Tom Hardy in Mad Max was great.
I could also believe that he's like a guy that got by on being like charming and just like fucking everybody loves him, you know, because he's that guy.
There's been a lot of, yeah. I mean, that's Brad Pitt for a long time in his
Yeah.
career. Like, outside of Troy, you know, he was like the hot guy.
Yeah.
And even in
Right.
Troy, he's the hot guy.
Yeah.
Troy is apparently like a hated or critically attacked movie for. I love.
I've never seen Troy.
Oh my god. One of the greatest action movies of all, like fighting action movies of all time, like in terms of battles. Like, it's about the invasion of Troy, like the Trojan horse, like all that. And he plays Achilles. Bro, that shit, he is fucking magical. Like in the fighting, like his choreography for the fighting is fucking. He's the scariest person you've ever seen. You look at him and you're like, oh, you die if he fights you. Like it's just how it is. There's no like, if you're in a fight with him, you don't live, and it's not even close at any point in the movie. He kills everyone he fights. He's a
Well,
fucking
he's Achilles, right?
yes,
Achilles was invincible.
yes. But
Except
like
for,
it's
like, you
it's
know.
not like he's Hercules. It's like he's just better. He's
Yeah.
not like can't get like arrows bounce off of him. He's just a fucking machine. It is so fucking good. I love it. I don't know. It's one of those movies I just love my whole life, and it's so awesome. But like, dude, Brad Pitt's one of those actors that like I feel like has gone without an Oscar for way too long until this year for acting at least. He won one for 12 Years a Slave because he was he made that movie. He's like a producer on that movie, so he won for like helping make that.
He I think what really won me over with Brad Pitt was probably because he's in Interview with a Vampire too, isn't he?
Yes, he's so good in that movie.
It's either Interview with a Vampire for sure, and then The Curious Case of Benjamin Button won me over as well. Like as part like in it, maybe you're right. Maybe it's a me thing, like where I like these weird roles and weird movies, you know.
Yeah, dude, 12 Years a Slave is 7 years old already. Fuck.
It's not 12 years old yet.
That year at the Oscars, the 2014 Oscars were stacked. I want to say that's the year that Matthew McConaughey won for Dallas Buyers Club. Hold on. Because if so, 2014 Best Actor nominees. Was that the year Matthew McConaughey? Yeah. Bro,
Alright.
that year, that was such a stacked category. You had Leonardo DiCaprio for Wolf of Wall Street. You had Chiwetel Ejiofor for 12 Years a Slave. Who any other year this fucking decade would have won the Oscar. Any year this decade other than the year that Matthew McConaughey was Dallas Buyers Club. That was fucking nuts. Have you seen Dallas
What year
Buyers
was
Club?
that?
So it was 2013 that the movies came out. That was the 2014 Academy Awards. Because it's always like the year after the movies that are nominated.
Yeah.
Dude. And then you have Christian Bale for American Hustle. Have you seen American Hustle? Oh, it's awesome.
Is that the movie where he lost like a bunch of weight for it?
No, he gained
Or
a
am I
bunch of weight.
thinking about
He's fat.
Brick?
You're thinking,
Brick something, Brick House or
no, you're thinking The Machinist.
Machinist.
He was like 95 pounds.
Okay.
He was like skin and bones.
Yeah.
Like you could see his ribs. It was fucking crazy. He was eating a can of tuna and an apple a day. That's all he ate.
Yeah.
That's scary. That's like some crazy fucking person shit. But I mean, he's a method actor. I don't think he even got nominated for that, which is kind of bananas.
He didn't get nominated. Dude went
Apparently.
to 95 pounds.
You know what's crazy? In less than a year, he went from that to Bruce Wayne Batman.
Okay.
Have you saw him in Vice?
Yeah.
That's not fake. He
I
gained
know.
all that weight.
Yeah.
He was fat as fuck. Bro, the man's crazy. Hello, Cheeks. Hello, Taylor. Like, it's
That
nuts,
can't
bro.
be good for your body over time.
Well, so he does it in, yeah, not over time, I doubt. But he does it in apparently, like, a really healthy way. Like, he has the money. He puts, like, fucking dumb money into gaining and losing the weight the healthiest way you can.
Yeah.
Like, Joaquin Phoenix didn't. He lost a lot of weight for Joker.
Yeah.
Like, that movie, they fucked him up for that movie. Like,
So
crazy
is that
the
a
extent.
prosthetic for the shoulder thing? Because you remember, like, one of his shoulders is, like, fucked up and the other is not.
I don't know.
Do you remember that
I wonder
part
if
in the
that's a
movie where
thing.
he's, like, where he has, like, his shirt off? And it's
Yeah.
almost like part of his back has, like, this huge-ass bump in
How do you
it.
spell his name?
Joaquin? Joaquin?
Yep, there you go. Joaquin Phoenix. Have prosthetics and Joker.
You know who hasn't been here in a while?
Who?
Clem.
He was here today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for the other podcast. Joker makeup. Missing other prosthetics. Just grand to normally sinister with the black. No.
So is that just him, then? Like, his back?
I think it was just that. Well, yeah, he lost a lot of. Again, it's
No,
like
I'm
you're
saying
seeing a
about
skeleton.
His back is fucked up. You know what I mean? It looks like he's got, like, scoliosis.
Well, I think that's just the way that they moved him around. He's like a very movie, like that's that role. That's the Joker. Is like this, like this, like this crazy, like Mark Hamill move around, like that Joker, like Mark Hamill Joker from the Arkham games like who's just like flimsy and blah blah blah, like
Like
moves
a
around.
Gumby character.
Yeah, like a Gumby like guy. Yeah, I don't think so.
When are gonna interview Kelly if ever? Are you gonna interview Kelly?
Perhaps I would.
I would love to. Can I be in on that one?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I want. I don't know how I feel about doing you and me, and then also because it's gonna be so weird for OBS. Like I don't know how I'm gonna. Like we'd have to be in the same like camera, like in the same spot next to each other, and then we'd all be talking over each other.
I don't think we just gotta like really be disciplined about how we talk.
No, I think that with that, it's just gonna be one of those things we have to wait a long time to do. Wait, what? Okay. Cheeks in here. I'm out. Damn, that's crazy. Have a wider lens. Yeah, sorry. We don't have the. Never mind. That was a mean thing I almost said.
You don't have the budget.
Sure, that's the nice thing I could have said.
What were you gonna say?
No, we'll talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I'm just looking at this list. Leonardo DiCaprio for Wolf of Wall Street. Did you watch Wolf of Wall Street?
I didn't, but my brother did. He said he watched him snort cocaine off a girl's ass or something.
Yeah, he did that.
Margot Robbie's ass or something.
No, not hers. I don't think. Maybe. Was it hers? I don't think it was hers. It might have been hers.
It was
I
a
don't
wild
remember.
time.
It was, dude. It's a great movie.
It was on Netflix at one point.
Yeah. So
Remember when
still
Netflix like had fucking bangers like all the time? Like,
it still does. It just cycles through throughout the year.
No, I
There's
know, but like
seasons.
at one point it was like as soon as a movie was out on DVD, that movie would go up on Netflix.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like Wolf of Wall Street had just come out and it was up on Netflix, and my brother was watching it on Netflix.
Well, they knew like everyone would watch it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Wolf of Wall.
It was a wild time.
Is it on there?
Probably not. Not anymore. I mean, that's been years ago.
Nah, Limitless is the number one that comes up.
Yeah.
Top 10, if you look up Wolf of Wall Street, are Limitless, 21, Below, The Company Men, Dirty Money, Inception, The Social Network, Inglourious Bastards, Dallas Buyers Club, and The Irishman. Out of those 10, I have seen 6.
Dallas Buyers Club's on Netflix?
Yeah.
Nice. I need to watch it.
Yes, you do. It's amazing.
You watch it and Her and there's a lot of good movies I need to watch.
I could give you a whole list of movies that are just on Netflix that you need to watch. I have a list already made. Like
For Savannah?
No, for Nathan. Like this one's for Netflix specifically.
Mm-hmm.
I have like a giant. Hold on, let me find it. I have to scroll up, but I have it. And Nathan was like, "I need like a bunch of movies." I was like, "How many is a bunch?" He was like a lot. I was like, "Okay, give me 10 minutes." And I went on Netflix and I was like, "I'm gonna give you all the ones." And I wrote in this order: What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Silver Linings Playbook. Steve Jobs, The Pianist. Freedom Riders. She's Out of My League.
Wait,
Sleeping
so
with Others.
is Steve Jobs the
People-
one with what's his
Christian
name?
Bale, not Ashton Kutcher.
Okay. Wait, not Christian Bale, Michael Fassbender.
I mean, yeah. Why did I say Christian Bale? We're just talking about him.
Yeah.
Michael Fassbender. Sorry.
You
It's
don't like-
amazing.
you don't like the one with Ashton Kutcher?
It's not very realistic. It's a little, like, I think that he did a good job acting, but it's not like. Apparently, it's very not truthful to what happened,
Really?
according to people. Yeah,
Is that why they made the other one?
I think so. Well, I think they were gonna make the other one anyway. I think the other one was in development for a
Why
while.
were there two? Because like it seemed to me like that one came out and then the other one came out and then like it was like
It's
within
a
a year of each other.
Famous story. I mean, he died only a few years before that. You know, I mean, Michael Fassbender did phenomenal. Like he got an Oscar nomination. He didn't win, and I don't think he should have for that year. But he did amazing. It's a great movie. It's like a really good movie. It's one of those movies that again the pacing is fucking amazing. It is just good the whole way through, and it's so rewarding. Like it's one of those movies where there's like a few moments where you're like, "Damn, awesome!" You know what I mean? Like you have that moment where you're like, "Awesome!" Like that,
an Endgame?
huh?
Like an Endgame?
Like an Endgame. Every 20 minutes, Endgame. Sleeping with Other People, The King. This is a new movie, good movie. The Adventures of Tintin. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
You know Andy Serkis plays the older dude, like the captain. guy?
Wait, am I thinking of The Adventures of Tintin or something else?
Maybe something else. I don't know. I haven't seen it since it came out. I need to watch it again because apparently it was really. You know they're making like 3 more.
What?
Yeah, Steven Spielberg's just taking his sweet time. He's like wanting to make them all at once so he can release them and not have to wait 15 years again or something. 9, the number, not the word, with the little. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen that, but I want to.
It's
It was on
great.
Netflix for a little bit.
It's still there. Minority Report, Red Dawn, Hell or High Water, The Last Samurai. Great movie with Tom Cruise. I don't care about Scientology. I love him as an actor. People sleep on my man Tom Cruise. He's one of the best actors who've ever lived. It's ridiculous that he has as few Oscar nominations as he has. Sorry, that was just a rant. Limitless, Salt, Groundhog Day. Did I already say these? The Social Network, Room, Dallas Buyers Club, Her, Jerry Maguire,
Osili.
Oseli. Thank you.
Thank you for the follow.
Thank you for the follow, my friend. When are we doing science stream? I don't want to do a science stream. So
Well, we
Social
were talking
Network is
about
a
gravity
bomb. I
and
agree.
stuff and time travel the other day. That's what he wants to do.
I know. I'm not a big science person.
No, it was interesting, like the
I
way
mean,
he was
sure.
explaining it. I couldn't explain it, but essentially, gravity and the amount of gravity
Stop.
like determines like
Why are
if
you
you can
doing this?
time travel, basically.
Interstellar.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
That's what he was saying. Yeah. No, I haven't seen it. Remember, we had this conversation.
We've
Literally,
watched so many
you break
movies.
your heart every podcast because, like, you're
never
like, have
watched
you seen Interstellar? And the same answer happens every time.
I
No,
know. I forget.
I have not seen Interstellar.
That's a
You know what? I
very-
might not just. But he's right.
That's a very what?
That's very.
Eli 5? What does that mean?
What?
Ellis. I don't know. I've not watched The Forest. I've heard
Basically-
of The Forest, though. What's The Forest?
Explain it like.
That's Annihilation. What am I
Explain
thinking?
it like. That's very. Explain it like I'm fine.
Oh.
Basically, if you're fat, you can time travel. You gotta be happy enough, Charlie. You're too skinny to time travel, Charlie. You'd break like a toothpick.
Shut the fuck up. Also correct. Wait.
See?
When are you interviewing Neil deGrasse Tyson? Tomorrow, actually. He's coming on tomorrow.
Around 5 a.m. in the morning.
No. What?
Imagine
That's in like an hour.
somebody gets up and they're like, "Oh boy, it's 5
3.5.
o'clock," and they turn into shirts off, and we're not even on.
Except it's not even Neil, and it's not Neil, and it's me. Yes, instead of an old, sultry black man
Who
with an
knows what
amazing-
he's talking?
Who knows what he's talking? Well, Tristan probably
Tristan
knows, some,
knows,
to a degree.
but I
what
mean,
he's talking about.
he's not Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, he's not Neil deGrasse Tyson. Sorry, Tristan, you're not Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Former,
But instead, we're gonna get a.
former narrator Cosmos, and the voice of.
Wasn't he still? I thought that show still goes on.
Is it still going on?
I think. And doesn't wait. And I thought that wasn't Neil deGrasse. That was Morgan Freeman.
No, he's the narrator of. No, it's him. It's Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Which one did Morgan Freeman do? He did one of those shows.
I don't know. Morgan Freeman does a lot of shit. You gotta
That's
be more
true.
specific. Like, and also
What
he was the
show
voice
did-
of Mabel's pig in that one episode of Gravity Falls.
Neil deGrasse Tyson was?
Yeah, remember
That's-
like when Mabel's pig becomes like super smart and he's like, "I miss having belly rubs, lots and lots of belly rubs."
Through the Wormhole is the show I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He did that show from 2010 to 2017.
Is Cosmos still?
Cosmos?
Yeah.
Cosmos?
I'm not. I mean, yeah, I'm not 50 and a physicist and black. Planet Earth.
Why'd you read it like that? The first episode was in 2014. Let me see. Cosmos Possible Worlds? Is that a new one?
Is that like an extension?
It says with Neil deGrasse Tyson. It says that one's this year. I guess they do like different versions. It's not like a series.
Well,
it's like series.
Cosmos is based on a book anyway.
Oh. I used to watch Neil's videos to go to sleep too. Totally off subject, but do you guys watch Dude Perfect? I've watched him. I don't watch him.
I heard of that.
He's hilarious. Or I say he's
I've seen
hilarious. He's not
clips
really
of his
funny. He's like
videos.
good.
Yeah.
The documentary came out tonight. Documentary? What?
Documentary?
Why the fuck do those guys have a doc? What's it about? Them? And their trick shots?
What was
Like, to
it?
be fair, their videos are awesome.
It was
You've never seen them?
No, I have. I've seen
Okay.
clips of them. I've never like gone out of my way to look for them. I know what he's talking about.
Neil as a grave voice. Great. I think he means Neil has a great voice. Apparently really good. Oh, okay. What's it about, though?
It's probably about them making their videos.
Excuse me.
And the science behind it.
Thank
That's just a guess. Yes.
What?
I said that's just a guess.
Did someone say science? God damn it. How they started and shit? Oh, I got you.
Oh, okay. This is like an autobiography.
Yeah, I mean, I know that they started off as like something that wasn't really do perfect, and it kind of
Evolved from there.
evolved from there.
Just like Let Me Know started off as a top 10 list and evolved into like breaking down unsolving conspiracies. Which, how the fuck that happened is like fucking amazing.
Did you watch The Big Short? About the housing market crash?
No, but I know like I saw like all the trailers and promotions for it.
It's an unbelievable.
I heard it's really
movie.
good. Yeah.
The cast is great. Steve Carell's phenomenal in it. Like, dumb good. Man, that's a good movie. God damn it.
Cheeks.
Just subscribe 5 months. I love you, Cheeks. Thank you, dude. Take my shoes off? They're already off.
I've been meaning to watch that. Is it on Netflix?
It was for a while.
But is it still? Also, we're at 2 hours.
I know. I'm about to wrap it. I'm gonna check this, give information on it, and then be done. See more rewards. God, wires. The Big Short is. Wait for it. Drum roll. Nope. Sadly, it is not anymore. Great movie though. And it won Best Writing or Adapted Screenplay at the
Steve
Academy
Carell.
Awards, and it was nominated for Best Motion Picture of the Year, Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role for Christian Bale, Best Achievement in Directing with Adam McKay, and Best Achievement in Film Editing, Hank Corwin. What?
Steve Carell, I feel like, deserves maybe an Oscar for some of his roles that he's done.
He's got nominations for a couple of them. Okay, actually, last thing we're gonna do is check
Yeah.
out Steve Carell's.
Oscar nominations?
Yes. Steve Carell.
Tristan says Steve Carell is daddy.
Yes. So he has one nomination for best for the Oscars for actor in a leading role for Foxcatcher.
For what? For Foxcatcher?
Foxcatcher, and then he's got a few Golden Globes. He's got one for Foxcatcher, The Big Short, and Battle of the Sexes. In Battle of the Sexes, he plays like a tennis. Emma Stone plays a professional women's tennis player, and he says that men are better in all these ways. And he's like, I could beat the best women's like fucking tennis player. Hey, you good? Levy.
I don't know if she's good or not, but
I think she's good. Either way, we're gonna wrap it. She's so I don't rip Jerry Stiller. I agree. Stop saying things that I am interested in. It's time to end the podcast, guys. I love you guys. That's the movie I'm talking about. Steve Carell has that wrestling coach. Yeah, that's Foxcatcher. Okay, listen. I love you guys. It's been real. It's been fun. But it has it's been real fun. I was gonna do the saying, but I was kidding. Let me real fast find some bitch to raid, whether they're a friend or not.
Copenhagen's gonna be like, can we raid a big titty
If
wife?
he's even here, he hasn't said anything in like 30 minutes. Like I get it if she's like if she had just eaten something, but it's just she'll just wake up,
She's
cough,
not
and then go back to
sneezing.
sleep. And it's like never like after doing anything. It's just like for shits and giggles, dude. I kind of want to raid Derek because I raided him earlier
Don't
today
forget
already.
to tune in tomorrow to the stream tomorrow.
No stream that. Imagine ending whack W-A-C-K
We're gonna
whack.
figure out why Evie is doing that shit. that would be a fun science stream. Like, let's poke around Evie and see what she's up to. A day in the life of Evie. That would be a nice
I
stream.
kind of want to host Derek just for fun.
Host Derek.
I want to host Derek again. Okay, guys. Love you guys. Have a great night. Oh, read.
Kristen
Yeah.
said, does she
Host
have
me.
anxiety?
I can't even stream. My internet's ass. What'd you say?
So, Kristen said, does she have anxiety?
I mean, she does. She has. Like, if I leave the room, but it's not like.
This is a recent thing. Cause she,
Yeah, it's
like,
really recent. It's. I wouldn't say it's about because she's. If anything, she's good about it now. Anyway, I'm trying to figure it out. I love you guys. You guys have a good night. Good sleep well.